Good morning. I'm JahLogic, and this is the Morning Rant, episode 23. And yes, pressure. We started on CP time. That's what's up. We started on CP time, bro. I want to introduce my co-host, Vanessa Smilez.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, Schoolboy.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm sorry we were late. It's my fault.
I'll take the credit, but
Maybe my fault. So.
It's Steph. Good morning, Steph. What's up, player?
Good morning, good people. Good morning.
Word. Good morning. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see my co-host. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably reiterate this later in the show, but apologies for not going live yesterday. That was definitely on me. I had to finish a documentary edit for a client, and it's something about editing at nighttime. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done my best edits at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, me too. Like, it's just really quiet all around. You know, the house is quiet, outside is quiet, and I just really get my creative. I really get into my creative zone at night. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we were here yesterday. I was up all night the previous night editing, and I just needed that morning to recoup.
Yeah, we want you at your best self.
Exactly. So good morning to everybody who's on the check-in already.
Can I give a shout out to Mills Lane?
Yeah, of course.
Mills Lane sent me a CashApp last week, and I did not get a chance to acknowledge that. So I want to thank you and say thank you. He sent me a CashApp and a lovely compliment that I do appreciate. So shout out to him.
All right, that's what's up. When he comes in the room, hopefully he comes in the room, we just remind you. So I'll probably remind you. You might want to say it one more time because I don't even think he's here yet.
Yeah.
But that's what's up. C Dot says good morning. Good morning to you, C Dot. From Straight Up in the Morning, from the crew that our weekend morning show crew. And let me see, we got a few more comments pouring in. And I want to give a shout out myself to Sleazy Aki. Happy born day to Sleazy Aki.
Oh yes.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, many more. And happy birthday to our very own Schoolboy.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yes. It was my
Thank
birthday.
you.
Oh, shoot.
I appreciate
Happy
it.
birthday.
So,
I'm getting old, bro. I went to sleep at like 7:30 last night, bro.
You grown.
I'm old as shit, man.
You grown. It's okay. You grown as hell.
I felt terrible.
did you do anything for your birthday weekend?
No, actually. I was on dad duty. And my wonderful, excellent, and well-deserved children's mother left me with the children all day.
Amen.
As opposed to picking them up like she was supposed to. Her and her very mature mother.
All right, no doubt. I mean, shit, that sounds like a good birthday.
No, it was a decent birthday. I had other things I wanted to do that didn't include the kids, though. There we go.
Right. All right, so Laurel in the morning. Laurel in the league says good morning, and Sleazy Aki says thanks. And he says V holla. I don't know what that means, but happy birthday to you. You know what I'm saying?
So you're a Libra, Schoolboy?
I'm on the cusp of Leo and Virgo. If you're going by the old chart,
okay.
I'm actually on the cusp, so right in the middle. But if you go by the new chart with the new sign on it, I'm a definite Leo.
Is anybody going by that new chart yet?
I am.
Because the new chart has an extra sign. Is that right?
Yeah.
You can't just make up signs and think niggas just gonna roll with it, dog. That ain't how this shit works.
Well, hold on. What about this though? Like Pluto was a whole planet 10 years ago. It's no longer a planet.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's true.
That's why they had to add. They can add a new astrological sign. We know new information now.
All right. Well, look at that. So, I'm gonna go to a story Schoolboy sent us since it's your born day, basically your birthday show. Since you haven't been live since your birthday, so I'm gonna let you get the first story.
All right.
This story is. I want to say this is one of our first real, I guess, world news topics. we don't really talk about the world as much. I mean, we bring up China sometimes, but
Well, I'm gonna loop it back into what's going on here.
All right, well, that's a bet. So this first story sent to us from Schoolboy, and we're seeing this video via Facebook page called Middle East Eye. Says Israel continues its bombing of Gaza for 10th day in a row. Israel has been bombing Gaza almost every night since the 6th of August. And what the Israeli army says is in retaliation to Hamas rocket fire. No casualties and only light damage were reported. And at least that's what they're saying now. But I'm going to show the video of said bombing for research purposes. All right. So here we go. Oh, hold on. Turn the volume up. All right, there you have it. The words were written on the screen. I'll probably let it play again without no sound, but I'm gonna let Schoolboy speak on it first.
Yeah, well, one of the things that was concerning to me is this: Israel is actually going in full-scale warfare. What you're seeing is them throwing rockets over into Gaza. They're also dropping bombs from planes, and I'm assuming within the next few days or so, we'll see them on the ground again in the Gaza Strip, right? So here's the thing about the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip is basically an Israeli territory. Those people are actually Israeli citizens, which means that they are actually launching full-scale warfare on a people without a standing army. They don't have a police force because Israel's their police force. So if they attack them, there's nothing they can do about it but hide and, die, basically. The way that ties into what's going on here is that guess who trains a lot of the urban police forces here in America? Israel. Yeah. Yeah. And then we wonder why our police force is so militarized and they're out here killing people and they're thinking that they're warriors and stuff. They're not in the Middle East surrounded by enemies, but you would think they were because, a lot of these people who are coming into our communities, the phrase that people are using are race soldiers. They're not police, they're race soldiers. That's the reason why they feel like they're under fire all the time when they're in our communities, because it's a reflection of what they feel inside. They come out into our neighborhoods and they act up, and we don't really do much about it. We just scream and cry and take pictures and stuff like that, and then later on we'll be marching about it. But yeah, man, this is the thing, and I want people to keep an eye on this and keep your mind open for this, because when we allow stuff like this to happen in the Middle East, like we've allowed it to happen in the Middle East for decades, it comes back home. And that's what we have been seeing since our army has come back from the Iraqi war since the early 2000s. Our police forces has gotten a lot more militarized, a lot more violent. Got a lot of folks on the force of PTSD out here shooting and killing people. And I just want us to keep our eyes open for it, ears open for it, and just realize that when you hear about news about Israel, don't think that these are the people from the Bible, because they're not. This is a European colony in the Middle East. That's what that is.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah. You muted me. Whatever else people might tell you is just not the truth.
All right. Yeah, V, I was going to ask you, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, it's a question, but I'm not sure if this is true. Isn't the Gaza Strip supposed to be a neutral location between the Israelis and the Palestinians?
Nah, the Gaza Strip is actually like inhabited by Palestinians. And that's the thing. They use a lot of language to confuse people about what's going on there. The Gaza Strip and what is the other place? The West Bank.
Yes.
Both of these places are inhabited by Palestinians because remember, Israel is Palestine.
Right.
It used to be Palestine. They just flooded in a lot of Europeans and pushed the Palestinians out. They flooded in a lot of Europeans and flushed the Palestinians out.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, why are these people so upset? because last week that was my orchard over there. Mm-hmm. And now your folks raised my orchard and built a house. Yeah. And I'm upset about it.
Maybe the Palestinians should just respect the takeover like the Native Americans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's basically what they want to happen. But even our Native Americans don't respect that. You know, whenever they get a chance to, they talk crap about America and the stuff that they do. Every single chance they get.
True.
Steph, what's your thoughts on them essentially bombing their own citizens?
That was for Vanessa?
No, Steph.
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of going off what Schoolboy was saying about how that shit rolls downhill, and basically how we've allowed it to go on for so long. And I don't think we've allowed it. I think plenty of people have spoken out about it. It's just the fact that it's just like they black, so it's again like the people who have the power don't give a fuck. And then in a sense, it goes back to what I heard. I believe it was Martin Luther King that said this, but injustice anywhere is a threat to injustice. Is a threat to justice everywhere, and I think that's what we're seeing. I don't think I don't think we're too far from removed, especially when, like you said, we got the same policing system, like the way that's what they learned the tactics from, and that shit just gonna keep going downhill, man. We have to put more awareness on this. I don't think a lot of people know what's going on.
I think that's the bliss part about being ignorant in this country, right? They say ignorant is bliss. Like, I went to sleep last night just feeling really grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like out of nowhere, just like really grateful. You know what I mean? To have family, to have food, clothes, shelter, and all that. To be the man in my house. It's just like I'm just thinking about shit and thinking about the way I was raised. I was just really grateful. You know what I mean? Even grateful for y'all, grateful for this opportunity to do this show. You know what I mean? For there to be people listening. Just everything going right. You know what I mean? I just thought about that. You know what I mean? As I did my prayers, and it was like, got a lot of good shit going on. I'm grateful, but I say that to say this is like, there's plenty of people, no matter how fucked up our day is, our first world problems are, that deal with shit like this on a regular. You know what I mean? Like they raised in a society where they can see a home next to them get bombed or crazy shit like that. And we lived through 9/11. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably the craziest shit I ever seen on this soil as far as war goes. But like Schoolboy said, we also got the domestic terrorism, by the soldier trained, police in our community, right? But at the same time, they're not dropping bombs on us, proactively dropping bombs on us. So, but you never know, that could come next. You know what I'm saying? There's talks of all types of if Trump don't stay in office, people basically talks of like a pseudo civil war could pop off. You know what I'm saying? Based on people that want to fight to keep him in office, so you never know. And there was an article I put in the group chat, and I might refer to that, where there's a guy I think who used to work for Trump predicting this type of response. But I'm gonna go to the comments. Precious says, peace, y'all. Peace to you. He also says, fact, there have been many reports of them training the police to view citizens as enemy combatants. And Keenan says, what up? Yeah. So, Schoolboy, could you elaborate on some of the training that they do? You know what I mean? How did you even find out about it? Where can we do a little homework on it? You're on mute.
Like you all know, I'm a member of the tribe. So This is just one of the things that's like a known. And then I used to live in a place called Roswell, Georgia. And the first time I went to a city council meeting, we go there and it's contentious because one of their police officers had broken this young lady's nose for a marijuana violation, punched her all in the face. And there was a lot of us there upset about it. In that meeting, we found out that the police chief had taken something like $10,000 to go to Israel for training, but just him by himself. And it's like, what the hell did you need $10,000 to go to Israel for?
And are we funding that?
Yeah, and we were definitely funding it. And I'm like, well, the question I asked was, why would you need to go to Israel to learn how to police? There's New York. You could go to New York. You could go to a lot of other major cities. Roswell, Georgia is a small city that don't have a whole lot of crime. The worst crime, probably one of the worst crimes they had that year was that marijuana violation. You know what I'm saying? So why do you need to go to Israel to learn how police crowd, crowd control tactics? What do you need that for? There's not even no protest. You know what I'm saying? Are there protests at the country club? So right. Yeah, that between that, I mean, it just do Israel police force training, and you'll see it. Matter of fact, the what is this guy's name? The rabbi who was on Nick Cannon's show a few weeks ago mentioned the beginning of that, and the way that they will preface it is they'll say, "Well, we understood that when we were in Germany, we were targeted by the police, and we never wanted that to happen again." And you know how they all talk the same way. We never wanted that to happen again. Mm-hmm. And so we decided to help train the police so that they would know how not to encroach on people's rights. And we trained tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of police all over the country and all over the world. And we're so excited about it. But they're excited about it because when they bring that shit back to Israel, they're going ham on men, women, and children in Israel. They're snatching people up at these borders. You know, women have gone into Israelis' prisons not pregnant, and then they come out and they're pregnant. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even Azalea Banks spoke about that. One of her encounters being in Israel, and she said she wouldn't go back there again. Where she was out with people who she was doing a show with, and they had yoked her up and like lightly abused her and stuff like that. And that was like really like eye-opening to me because they put her off this whole peaceful religious presence, and it's surprising that that's not what they're representing in their forces.
You gotta also, one last thing, you gotta also remember that if you read the Old Testament, if you read the Old Testament, the Bible often talks about how God might tell the Israelis to do certain things or the prophets or whatever. But long story short, it's like, yo, when we coming through, we don't care about nothing else. We're gonna kill everything, including your animals, and put salt on the earth so nothing grows again. And then we're gonna take that land over. And they take that same stance in Israel today. They call us, people who are not Jews, Gentiles, and it really doesn't matter. Like a lot of Jews don't consider Gentiles to have souls, to have connections with God, and so anything that you do to them, you can't be. It's not a sin if you do something wrong to them. It's just, their lot in life.
That's interesting because that's the same concept that allowed people to use to practice chattel slavery and do it with guilt-free.
And surprise, the people who were financing the slave trade in America were a lot of times Jews.
Also, can't forget about Manifest Destiny. They actually taught that shit in school. Same bullshit they taught in school books and textbooks here.
Well, this is actually footage that I found of them training American officers in Israel.
Look, he's on the ground and shooting them.
Right. Precious says a lot of people are aware of these issues, but a large portion of people rather compartmentalize and content with what they have versus standing for something and losing. I think he says compartmentalize and they're content with what they have versus standing for something and losing everything. Animals conditioning. Hemp Lord says he's on the check-in. Salute to you, Hemp Lord. Pressure says at Schoolboy, they went there and learned Krav Maga, a predatory lending, and organ harvesting. Keenan Kong says, I remember learning about Manifest Destiny back in school. So you want to elaborate on that, Steph?
Manifest Destiny was basically when the settlers came and believed it was their destiny to inherit this land. Like, just so killing you, moving you out, war, whatever tactic they needed to take over the land. They believed that it was just part of their destiny.
They're right. All right. So, just want to throw this out there. Once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Morning Rant. Yesterday, we were out because I was wrapping up a documentary edit for a client. And when I have to edit for long hours, I tend to edit over the nighttime because then, it's quiet and it's peaceful. So that's why you didn't see us yesterday. And that was all on me. But thank you for coming back today. Virginia Slim says peace and good morning. And also peace and good morning to you, Virginia Slim. Also, what I would like everyone to take notice to is that we have a phone number now. Call in to the Morning Rant at 213-355-RANT. Once again, that number is 213-355-RANT. So basically, we're going to go to the next story. So we just spoke about police being trained and Israel. And that was basically like some world news that we got via Schoolboy, the actual birthday boy. And everybody take note, it's Schoolboy's birthday. So if you have a donation, send it to that man's Cash App. His Cash App is in the description as well as in his name.
I appreciate that.
No doubt. And let me see. And salute to Sleazy Aki once again for his birthday. It's his birthday today as well. And we got another comment. His Precious says, when there's blood on the streets, buy land. Warren Buffett. Post Warren Buffett saying that. Steph, that article you sent us, can you pull it up by any chance?
Which one? Which article?
The one on Jacob Blake. Sorry about that.
Okay. I can pull it up, sure.
And basically, we're going to go to the latest with Jacob Blake. As you know, Jacob Blake was the man shot in Wisconsin. I believe the name of the city is Kenosha. And the police shot him, I believe, 7 times in his back as his children were in the vehicle after he broke up a fight. And
the article I have is about the protesters in the aftermath.
Right.
You might want to start off. You want to start off with that?
Yeah, good. I mean, I'm just, I feel like everyone's seen the video, by now. Everyone knows what happened. So we're not going to go into the actual video. I don't know about you guys. I'm tired of seeing black men shot on camera. It's something that, I've been tired of, but now it's just like, it's overkill. So I'm not going to play the video. I feel like we all probably saw the video by now. If you haven't seen the video, he basically walked to his car and got shot in the back after breaking up a fight. But Steph is going to talk to us about the aftermath. Steph, read the bullet points and/or what's important about the article. I'll put it on the screen.
Hold on.
Let me know when you got it. And before we talk about the aftermath, let's just go to Vanessa. What do you feel about him getting shot?
Yeah, it was very, very sad. It's a very sad thing. And then I think about these small places in America that Black people don't frequent. So I think the reason why the turn up is it's more than just this Black man getting shot. I'm sure that there's been a lot of situations that have gone on in that town or surrounding towns that have been probably, if not more, even more gruesome than this one. I think that this is something that it's a really sad situation and it's really, really unfortunate. And I think that solutions need to be had. I mean, somebody got to go see those police officers at their doorstep. This might have to turn into the wild, wild west. People only respect blood. People only respect, what you give them. And so I think until that happens, this may happen again.
Can't argue with you there, Schoolboy.
Yo, same. And I appreciate you saying that, Vanessa. This absolutely needs to happen. I mean, this is a country, and this is the thing that people don't like to acknowledge. This country was founded on violence, genocide, and felonious behavior. It is what it is. Like that's actually what is respected in this country. You notice we've been every day, all the time, hey, stop shooting folks, stop shooting folks. But then when people spill out into the street and start breaking shit, now everybody really wants to talk. Let's all come to the table, and now we need to reconcile. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on.
Let's bring peace. Let's bring peace now.
Let's bring the peace back. Yeah, but we should have had the peace before you started shooting people. But it is what it is. I'm all for taking it to the police. Like I think we were just speaking about this earlier, that the Attorney General of Kentucky had a chance to go to the Republican National Convention, be a keynote speaker, or if not a keynote speaker, an honored guest, but he still hasn't prosecuted the killers of Breonna Taylor. So when is that going to happen? You know what I mean? And people go to his house and get arrested all the time now. This is what it is. But it's really not going to change. I hate to tell people what they need to do, but I feel like this. It needs to be done. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? It's go time. It's go time.
Steph, were you able to pull up the article?
Yeah, I was able to pull up. You need me to send it to you?
Nah, I wanted you to read the important parts.
I'll just skip to the parts I feel like important.
Exactly.
All right. Across the street, police are aiming. Oh no, that's just a script. Okay. By late Monday, 125 members of the Wisconsin National Guard had been deployed to Kenosha, and hundreds of demonstrators marched through the streets. And in the second night of protest, defiance of the 8 p.m. curfew, near the county courthouse, officers tried to disperse the crowd with tear gas as protesters threw water bottles and set off fireworks near the line of officers' riot gear. A furniture store set afire and street lamps were knocked down. All right, I'm gonna just keep dropping down. Police offered little detail about what had happened in the shooting, saying only that an officer had shot Blake while responding to a domestic incident. Local and state officers declined on Monday to provide detailed information about the officers who responded. Right, so basically, they don't have a name of the officer. They don't have a badge number. We don't know who these people are. Right. So they're pretty much protecting their identity at this point. And also, interesting part. It says, while body cams have become standard in the many police departments around the country, it has been a matter of debate in Kenosha. Police officers in the city do not wear body cameras now. Though the city plans to start using them in 2022, city officials said police cars are generally equipped with dashboard cameras. Dashboard camera wouldn't have caught this.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I didn't know that. Wisconsin is not one of those places I know for being traditionally black or having a lot of black people in it.
It's not.
But the shit, I'm glad they turning up still and all. So basically, we're speaking about the aftermath from I believe his name is Jacob Blake, from the Jacob Blake shooting. And basically, they're turning up. We just spoke about what we feel needs to be done. If anybody has anything else to say based on what they're doing now, V, do you think they're doing the right thing, what they're doing now?
No, I just wanted to say I'm tired of them marching. Like, I really am. I'm really tired of them marching. I need niggas in the streets to handle this how they would normally handle this if they were in the streets. Somebody came and did something to whoever, you're going to go to their block and take care of it. The minute y'all show up 40 deep with protesting, y'all know what they're going to do. They're going to pull out the tear gas, the rubber bullets, all that shit. You don't have the military might to fight them in that way. So I think that black people really need to start handling things on the low. And I'm not advocating for, random killings, but that might be the only thing that the police officers will respect. Just catch niggas slipping. They had a family barbecue. Catch niggas slipping. They going to the bank. Catch cops slipping. All these places. So I'm just saying, these things are possible, but niggas are not willing to do it.
I find it amusing that you advocate for violence and then say, I'm not advocating for violence.
mean,
I know. It's like I'm not advocating for violence, but I think that karma is important, and I think what you give out is exactly what you give back. The police officers have given out nothing but random shootings and killings, and I think the only way they're going to respect that is if those things happen to them.
Is that still like violence if people are retaliating those stuff?
Yeah, you're right. I can't say I'm not advocating for violence. I am. I have to go for it.
I'm asking, is that still
yes.
Still violence.
Yeah, it is.
Still violence?
I am advocating for violence. Let me take that other one back.
Schoolboy, is there an intellectual way of advocating for violence without it being violence in regards to what's this called? Like revenge killings or even war?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Well, self-defense is intelligent. Nature defends itself. So if you're under attack, you have to defend yourself. That just is what it is. That police officer saw this man going into his car and he immediately went into self-defense mode. Oh shit, he's gonna get in the car. I need to shoot him in the back. Hey, if that's the standard, then that has to be the standard. You know what I'm saying? Like I see these police coming into my neighborhood. I don't know who these people are. I don't even know if they're really police. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but that's what is being pressed upon us. Like, that's what we should do. And what's going to happen, right, is that older black people will always say, oh, no, you can't say that. Hush your mouth, boy. Hush your mouth, boy. You can't say that. They'll say stuff like that because they're scared, and they think, oh, well, you're advocating for violence. It's not advocating for violence to tell people to protect themselves.
No, okay. Violence is just simply the behavior of involving physical force. If it's necessary, then it is protecting yourself. I mean, violence is usually attached to a negative connotation, but however, it's necessary. A lot of times, it is necessary.
All right, so call in with your opinion. We're about to actually go to the live chat. But call in with your opinion if you feel strongly on this matter. I'm definitely eager to hear what the audience will have to say in regards to violence and self-preservation, and protecting yourself. And I think J Doug is behind the scenes. I think J Doug might pull up. But let me go to these comments. So Kalia says, "Grand rising to you all. Good morning to you, Kalia." Precious says, "At Schoolboy, happy birthday, family. I respect your knowledge." Hold on, Mom. Schoolboy, take you off.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Keenan says, "We need J Doug for this topic." I might agree with what he was saying. You might be in luck, sir. J Doug might be pulling up for the last half of the show. Lord Van Elite said, "I'm tired of people saying he just should have complied. Plus, we don't know the full story to see what happened in the beginning." And
that's another thing, right? I seen like somebody try to pick apart this whole video. It was a cop. Some cop had his own fan page. So it was probably biased from the jump. But then he tried to pick the whole thing apart. I'm like, dude, they haven't given any details. How do you know what the fuck you talking about? Mm-hmm.
Virginia,
in the rebuttal, what Vanessa said, "Oh, y'all need to pull up to their house." Don't nobody know who this person is? Is that a sex moan? What's going on, Logic?
That was my phone. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to post something about the show.
All right. Virginia Slim says, "Facts. Israel has run a subsidized training program since 1992. Straight military tactics, and that's how people here are enacting its enforcement." Redemption Song 76 says, "Salute all. Salute to you. Salute to you. Always good to see you in the live chat." Virginia Slim says, "Peace, redemption." Yep. And Laura Vel in the league says, "Show up at the cop's house like Tony the closer did Jay Morrison." And Redemption says, "In the same breath," she's laughing at advocating and then not advocating for violence. Keenan says, "Laugh out loud. Logic, you about to catch a flag courtesy of Vanessa."
No.
Hey, look, if we get flagged, we get flagged. That we might get a flag for that. Let me mute Vanessa's Vanessa's mic. I don't know what type of
Is that a notification or something?
I don't know what type of ringtone that is. But,
no, that's actually Peachy on my phone yelling. So in the video we made, but yes.
Who is Peachy?
I guess actress, adult actress.
Yeah.
Oh, you're watching a video that you made.
Yeah,
Got it.
I am Instagram illiterate, trying to post something on my feed about people calling in so they can call into the show.
So the alert is the sound of Peachy from one of the videos she said.
Yes.
Virginia Slim says, I wonder if Grandmaster Flash in the NFAC is going to make an appearance. You know, that's a safe bet. That's a safe bet that he's going to make an appearance. And we spoke about the NFAC in past shows, and basically we came to the conclusion that, you know, the leadership isn't to be trusted. I think it's the general census up here at the Morning Rant. However, we're going to keep an eye on it, and we're just going to watch. We're going to see how it unfolds. You know, it's a lot of shaky things with Grandmaster. I think his name is Jay. But you know, we have a lot of other names, terms of endearment for him up here. Pressure says, sadly, violence only understands and respects violence. Redemption says, flight or fight. And Lorville in the league says they fear us. That's when that's why they shoot us first. And Polo 1200 says, why do officers have tasers if they're going to shoot the shit out of you anyway? And that's a good point. They could have absolutely just tasered the man in the back instead of shooting him in his back. And somebody earlier said, I think it was Keenan Kong, said they wish they had J Doug for this topic. So let's pull J Doug in on this topic before we move on. And hopefully we don't regret it. What's good, J Doug? Where you at?
Hey, what's going on?
What's popping with you?
Not much. What's going on, morning crew?
What's up, man?
That nigga Logic, like that nigga schoolboy, like he got a fresh wax on the top of his head. You all right? I see the light coming off that nigga head. That nigga,
man.
You see heaven shining off that nigga head. Damn.
Yeah, man. I was bouncing somebody's daughter off the top of this dome a little bit earlier.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
All right, J Doug. Are you familiar with the Jacob Blake story?
Am I familiar? The Wisconsin guy who should have stopped when the police said stop. That guy?
I mean, the video that we got is from across the street. Apparently, they don't wear body cams out there, so I don't know if they were screaming. He was screaming stop.
He said, "Don't do it, don't do it," when he went for the door.
Okay.
Yes, he did say don't do it. He did it anyway.
So I think it's safe to hear from the tone of your voice and how you're referring to it, what your take is. But you want to elaborate?
My take is very simple. I don't believe the guy should have got shot. I like what you said earlier that they should have something. I don't know if it's tasers because I done seen niggas not fall with tasers. Yeah, apparently, you know what I mean, some of these niggas out here taser proof. But I feel like they need something a little more that'll take you down other than the gun. Even though this guy didn't die yet, did he? Or didn't die?
So yeah, that's basically one of the things I did want to say that we didn't say is he's in critical condition, but he's definitely not dead. So
that's dead. Critical condition when you was up and walking as a black man, that's dead.
Well, hopefully he pulls through. But go ahead.
Yeah, hopefully he pulls through. But 7 shots in the back, come on now, he's not gonna have a good life. This is the result of Black Lives Matter. What y'all been seeing, especially with the Rayshard Brooks case and the Jacob Blake case, all these protests of Black Lives Matter is incentivizing black people that think they do not have to follow the police orders. And this is what happened. Just because we protesting and going against the cops is still in authority, nigga. If they tell you to stop, stop. That's just me. And this goes to show that black people, we need to stop calling the police on each other. This was a domestic dispute between 2 women that other black people probably heard and seen and called the police on. Oh my God, come over here. They over here fighting Jesus. And now the police come and they kill something. We got to learn how to handle conflict resolution in the community without calling the police, because this is the type of stuff that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? People always saying, "Oh, why they killed them?" What was the police doing there anyway? 9 times out of 10, some black women called them. And the black. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you want to call in and you want to give your take, the number is 213-355-RANT. So anybody has anything to say based on what J Doug was just saying? Steph, I'll start with you.
Nah, man, he making assumptions. Probably a black woman calling, probably a white woman, probably another black man. Who knows? Who the fuck knows who called the police, man?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Like, if you come over to my house assaulting me, I'm calling the fucking police. Oh yeah, I'm getting that money, baby. So I'll sue your ass. I'll call the police.
Broke niggas.
I'll even call my cousins. You know what I'm saying? Well, we gonna get your ass, and all hoes is off the bars. When it comes down to somebody coming over my house assaulting me, no sir. If I can't beat your ass, somebody gonna come do it.
V, what's your thoughts on what J Doug had to say, or his point on the situation? Hold on, my fault. Your mic is on Teddy Riley. You want to unmute it?
I got unmuted from my side. But yes, I think that that's a great point, and I think a lot of black females actually have started to take the stance even more as to trying their best not to call the police on black men, and I am one of them. For me, I try my best if there's, because I've had family situations, family fights, all kinds of shit. And, you know, we try to handle it within ourselves so everybody can still be able to go home. Because when the police show up, you don't know what they're going to do. You know, for me, when it comes to a complete stranger, or if you're a white person, yeah, I'm calling the cops on you immediately. But if it's another black person that's involved in a situation, yeah, it's going to be really, really difficult for me to call the cops on them. I'm not saying that I won't completely, but it's going to take a lot for me to do it. Someone has to really put harm to me for me to call 911. And like I always say, you got to be aware of the situations that you put yourself in. So you don't have to, you know, be vulnerable to even have to call the cops. You know, you have to be able to eye situations, plan for things, understand somebody's stance, understand somebody's tone, so you can prevent, you know, physical contact situations from happening.
And can I say one more thing? Another thing I don't like about these scenes, and the same thing I said with George Floyd. All you niggas that be swearing y'all be so gangster, all y'all niggas be talking about fuck 12, fuck the crackers, fuck this. And then when the police show up, they got their guns out. When you see the police pull their guns out, niggas in the hood need to pull their shit out too. Grip up too, nigga. So you got too many niggas that's gangster when it's just black people around. But as soon as the police come around, we don't got no more gangsters. We don't got no more killers in the black community. Everybody motherfucking sleep in the house. What are killers in the motherfuckers that's shooting up the block when the babies get shot? Where they at when the police on the block?
Yeah, when the baby catch,
what them niggas that's making a baby catch a stray when the police on the block? Huh? You ain't no guns in the hood when the police come up. Ain't that amazing? All you got is niggas walking around talking about, oh man, that messed up. That messed up. Why you do that man like that? Damn, bro. Yeah. What? You don't got no gangsters no more in the hood. I'm tired of that shit too. If it's fuck 12, keep that same energy when 12 come up. You got too many niggas, man. Fuck the police. Police come up. Mr. Officer, can I please just have a civilized conversation with you? What? You said fuck the police? Now you're civil. Okay. White people know now you got some fucking standards.
And you know, white people, they keep that same stance. Honestly, you seen the Ted Bundy, Clive Bundy ranch. He had a standoff with about his cattle with the government. They keep that same energy when the white people show up. If those cowboys, if they bought it, they still out there with their shit. They don't hold anything back against anybody. And you're right. I think black guys need to keep that same energy because they out here shooting random grandmas and kids. And when the cops come, like you said, they act like, oh, be peaceful.
So you are advocating for violence?
Yes.
No, I'm advocating for you to protect your community.
J-Dub.
No. Now you switch
my
word.
I told you I had to take.
J-Dub, it's not about you.
No, I'm
advocating for black men to protect their community.
Justin, it's not about you.
It's not about me.
Vanessa.
This
is Vanessa.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, because I said earlier I was not advocating for violence, and I had to take it back because all of the surrounding statements to that advocated for violence. So that's why I said before, I have to advocate for balance in this regard. Yes, because this is the only thing, like I said, that the police officers respect. We need them to show up, or just like how they would get homeboy up the block if he stole something from them. Catch him at the grocery store in the morning. Find him when he going to get coffee. When he taking a stroll with his family, somebody have to see these people. So
yeah, some argue. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, you want a nigga to get murked in front of his family?
Goddamn right. They do it all the time to black men. They take black men right in front of their kids. Take their life.
Even when they do it. It's even when they do it.
It is. It is.
See, we need to bring back civilizedness to be some type of civilizedness. I don't know if that's a word, but to be a gangster because it don't make no sense. The police should be afraid to pull out a gun in the black community. You know what I mean? Not saying that we shouldn't have the police to come in and help us solve our disputes, but it shouldn't be to a point where police feel more safe in the black community than the black people that live there. Come on now. It shouldn't be that way.
Yo, one last thing. And I always look at the Chinese, right? Because the Chinese don't be out here talking about some vote or die. All right. They don't be talking about some we need to stop Chinese on Chinese violence, but they also don't have the police running through their neighborhoods, beating them down and doing all kind of. Meanwhile, they got all kind of illegals in there in sweatshops and all kind of illegal importations and all kind of illegal stuff going on up in there. You know why though? Because the Chinese mafia don't play that either. Oh, you wanna act up in our neighborhood? You're not gonna get away with that shit. We don't have that kind of mechanism in our communities.
And I'm gonna throw one more thing in the logic.
Hey, bro.
This would never happen. That would never happen in the black community because the black woman do not want to give her government support. That's just what it is. Black women always talk that black power shit, black this, black that. Black women love the government. I'm just gonna keep it real, and they not willing to give it up. They're not giving up their child support. They're not giving up their food stamps. They're not giving up their Section A, and they damn sure is not finna give up the right to ruin your life by sending your black ass to jail. They not giving that up.
Lazy niggas love governmental support too. Lazy niggas will still eat that plate of food.
I ain't talking about government support.
They will lay up in a bitch's housing bed.
You correct. I'm talking about federally back. Y'all have a partnership with the government for the last 70 years that y'all are not finna give up.
Hey man, I should about a Honda.
That's what it is. So the police gonna continue to get called to the black community because black women is already got a contract with the federal government, and they know, hey, they got my back. They ain't gonna ask no questions, and they know that they can get your life ruined by sending you to jail.
They got tired of niggas going out for packs of cigarettes.
See. At least you see the spirits talk. They ain't giving it up. I told you. Look at that spiritual reason she just gave.
I'm just saying.
Hey, no,
I am not one of them. I'm just saying. They got tired.
No,
I'm not. Listen, I'm not advocating for deadbeat fathers, but you know how sick and tired you gotta be of somebody's shit to just up and leave with all your worldly possessions at the house. You gotta be sick of that motherfucker.
Yes, Steph, I do know.
Oh damn! That nigga left with that blue t-shirt. That's all she gave his ass. Yeah, that nigga that blue t-shirt said, "Get the fuck out and get that head wax out the bathroom, nigga, and get your ass out."
All right, so we're gonna go to the comments. Virginia Slim says, and there's the sellout talk.
I'm jigaboo, nigga. Jigaboo.
Nigga wiggle.
Redemption Song 76 says the thing is that the optics are taken into a situation like the Bundy Ranch debacle. None are considered when black folks are involved. Kalia Bolden says, at Vanessa speaking truth this morning. Wendy says, good morning. No Limit Soldier on a check-in. And salute to you, Blue Money Wendy. We might have to get to the No Limit situation. There's a lot going on over there.
Oh, yeah.
And Kalia says, astonishing at J Doug. We're the gangsters and guns. Funny, but not funny. Redemption Song says, legit question, J Doug. Speaking of the fact that the question where he asks, where's the gangsters in these situations? Lord Vel in the league said, the community can't stop two women from fighting. Also, why was he arrested if he was the one breaking up the fight between two females? Good question. Keenan says, that boy J Doug smart than a mug today.
I'm on my shit. And I wanted to say something about the female fighting in the hood too. I do appreciate what this brother was doing, even though I don't know what they were fighting for, because he could have been the reason why they were fighting. But we do need to de-escalate these this weave all around the street after these women fighting all this stuff. They need to break this stuff up and stop letting our women. They always talk about how they so unprotected. You can't protect these women. You can't even break them up when they fighting. I don't know what got with the black women to where the black women have gotten more violent than the black men as far as fighting goes. You know what I mean? Fighting used to be a man thing. I'm not trying to shade black women or nothing, but y'all motherfuckers done start getting down for your crown more than I ever seen growing up. And I grew up in the hood. And I used to be women fighting, but not like I see it today.
One of the phrases that I've heard coming up was you can't protect something that you can't control. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I just want to control your whole life. But if I can't tell you, hey, don't run across the street, and you run across the street, get hit by a car, what can I do to help you? And I think a lot of times we run into that situation with a lot of young ladies who didn't have like a father's presence, or their mother was overpowering and didn't have nothing good to say about no black men or this, that, and the third. No, that's not saying everybody, but the portion that is like that is causing problems.
They don't value men. I ain't gonna try to dump on black women, but most of these underprivileged black women that didn't grow up with a father, they only value dick. That's just real.
That's very true.
Yeah, they don't value as a man your presence, your spiritual order in life. They don't value none of that.
But you got to have all of that though.
And a male.
I think
every man is born with that.
Real women respect real men. Honestly, sometimes when guys be on their fugazi shit, lying or bullshit, and that's when females get into the disrespectful mode, because they see that there's nothing to respect. But when a man is a true leader, he's a true, pioneer when it comes to things in life, she's gonna respect it, whether she's a hood rat or not.
No,
every man is a true leader. That. Every man ain't your true leader though.
Yeah, but I don't believe that. You got
That's
women.
True.
You got women that get married to. You got black women that get married to men with money, and still that's a famous black saying. Nigga, I don't give a fuck how much you got. I don't give a fuck who you is, but you gonna motherfucker RESPECB. You know what I mean? Come on, they be talking about them. Come on now.
All right, let's go to these comments. So Virginia Slim said earlier, before you went off onto your tangent, damn, a non-sellout point from J Doug. That's refreshing. But then, as we know later on, he said that the sellout talk. Mike Chris, he said 50 took 9 shots. Hold on, talking about. And he also laughed when he said when J Doug said taser proof.
Don't want it. It's not coming anymore.
And Keenan said bingo into one of your earlier points. World Financial Group says facts. Laugh out loud. Good morning. Brooklyn Honcho says, why y'all up so damn early? Salute. And we're actually late. We actually chimed in late. And Wendy said, I don't get child support nor Section 8.
And I don't get food stamps. I've never received food stamps a day in my life. I don't
qualify. Money. That's not the point. That's not the point. Yo, get Section 8, get child support, get food stamps. Just don't try to make the black man the enemy, because that's the most ridiculous shit you could do.
Basically, when you take these governmental stuff, they giving you these things because they know that you're going to use them against us. That's why they exclude us them from the shit, and they give it to y'all.
The smart black women, they take those benefits and they help and uplift that black man that they're with. They feed him with those food stamps. They allow him to stay at their places that they have Section 8, so he don't have to go out and
but even then, you're still not letting a man be a man because it's all under your control. You know what I mean? Whenever you say a nigga gotta come, hey babe, let me get that food stamp card. You ain't helping the nigga out. I'm saying you hurting the nigga.
World Financial Group says preach Vanessa. Brooklyn Honcho says, what the hell did J Doug just spell? I think you spell respect. I think you probably
hey, man. All right,
put some respect on my name.
Find out what it means to me.
And Brooklyn Honcho says, Vanessa, why the surge in aggression from women? Do you want to answer that?
I think it's just because I get tired of the narrative that black women are not supportive of black men, or black women they don't stand behind black men. A lot of black women, the real women, the grown ass women, they know that black men are truly all we have as our protectors. We don't have any other race of men stepping up for us. So at the very, very least, all we have is black men. And in a sense, we have to also protect them at the same time, because we know how they're targeting America as well. So it's a weird complex when it comes to situations like that. And I think that there's a lot of black women who do stand up for black men. They respect black men and they stand behind them. And I think that, that narrative does need to be told. Now, absolutely, there's hood rats all across America. Absolutely. But even yes, even the dumbest hood rat will respect a respectable black man.
That's not true.
Say that again. The dumbest hood.
The dumbest hood rat will respect a respectable black man.
Okay. And J Doug, you said that's not true.
That's definitely not true. That's definitely not true.
All right.
The only reason why I say that is because like those guys are the guys that these hood rats are like, oh, that nigga's lame. He's boring. They don't show him no respect until he stand up and start disrespecting her. Then they're like, oh, he real now. That's a real nigga. That's how y'all do. Shouldn't say y'all, but that's how these women do. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm coming to a chick, hey, excuse me, miss, can I talk to you for a second? Nah, nigga, get out my face. All right, fine then, bitch. I ain't want your fucking number anyway. Oh, excuse me? Oh, now you want to have a conversation. And 5 minutes later, she about to give me the number. But I shouldn't have had to do that to get her number. You know what I'm saying? we ain't got to do this shit. But that's what happened. Vanessa, tell me I'm wrong, please.
Well, I say that because women, we respect a leader. We respect men who are dominant. Black women are the strongest women that are on this earth. We need someone who's stronger than us. We need someone to sometimes be aggressive, sometimes be a little forthcoming. It's important for us to have that.
I think Michael Blackson had a joke. He said, this chick told me that she wanted a roughneck brother that would sweep her off her feet. So I slapped her in the face and stabbed her with a broom.
And hood rats do not respect.
J Doug, you gotta, I don't know what's going on, but we're not hearing you through your mic. Virginia Slim says the government incentivized the breakdown of the household. Yeah, we hear you. In the 50s and 60s, they gave checks to households without fathers in them. That cycle is going to be hard to break. Lorville says the educated lane is not respected. Stop it. And World Financial Group says, don't trust the government enough to take their support. There's always a catch. And Keenan says, nope, but I'm not sure to what point. Let us know. What do you think? You think that a respectable man is respected in our community by our women, or no? In the comments. J Doug, what's your thoughts on?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the hood rat do not respect the black man. Like I say, normally if a black woman do not grow up in the house with a black father in the home, then she's not gonna too much respect men, because that's what you get, and that's what these women being showed. Fuck these niggas ain't shit. They get told this generation after generation. You heard Suzuki Hana? She said, my grandma told me you don't never fuck for free, but you don't give her no free pussy. That's what she said. So it's like, that's just a thinking in the black community. You know what I mean? And
that's real,
I like
you
what
should
you
not
said.
Be fucking for free.
What you mean when you say should not be fucking? I don't want to go off on that too long. But what you mean?
I agree.
What you mean?
I mean by this. Like, say for instance, my daughter, she's about to she out here dating and whatnot, and she like, Dad, this guy wants to take me on a date. What is he paying for the date? You know what I'm saying? Because God forbid y'all end up at his house later on. You don't pay for the date and he getting some poom poom. You know what I'm saying? When she gets married, I don't want her to marry no bum. I want her to marry a dude who has some money.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm just saying, don't be around here talking about, if a nigga fuck with me, I gotta get this bag, get this cash, give me my money, nigga. What you got? As soon as a nigga call you, you begging. That is ugly when it comes to black women. Black women begging is the ugliest thing. Let's go beg the government. Don't beg me.
Real women know that they don't have to beg to get what they want.
Asking for some shit at the wrong time is considered begging to me. You can just ask at the wrong time. Like,
what's the wrong time, Doug? What's the wrong time?
When I got it and don't want to give it. When more than one person asks for something that day, that's the wrong time. Now you ask for something too, bitch, stop begging.
So if she show up as the fifth person,
you
she
begging. Like, damn, everybody begging today. Begging asshole.
All right, so I'm gonna go to the comments. Some of the people answered the question or gave their perspective a little bit further. Laurel in the League says my cousin, excuse me, is an educated lame and bodybuilder and still get no respect. He had to get a white woman to get respect.
That's what you got to.
No, he got a white woman because he wanted one. That's it. Ain't about respect.
That's the now. If you want to get some stuff done in life as a black man and be successful and really get your head together, hey, you know what I mean? You might have to go get you a pink toe. That's just what it is.
Well, I mean, that's easy for black women to say, hey, like, oh, if we want loyalty, marriage, and a union, hey. Oh, we should go get a white man. No, it's what you want.
Ain't no other race, culture of man finna put up with no black woman. Stop it.
Yes, they do.
When black women
get
with white men, they be the utmost respectful. They lose that ghetto twang. They know how to straighten their damn hair. They lose the attitude. They lose the sassiness. They lose all that. They get
same thing with niggas. Niggas stop cheating. They bring bitches to meet their moms. They all of a sudden know how to go ring shopping. They know how to plan weddings and shit like that when they get with white bitch.
But I don't think that got nothing to do with the man though. The man will do that for a black woman. It's just hard to find one that's worthy of that. They exist. But it's like, yo, you could just marry one. I mean, you just do it if you want to, but yeah.
They'll be with a black woman for 15 years and be like, nah, I'm not gonna marry her. I'm gonna just go get this white girl I just met.
Hey, sometimes good, 15 years. That's how long black men stick with y'all. To work with you to get your mind right and try to be with a black woman. 15 years, I tried.
No, you went with her.
No. What I'm supposed to do? Spend another 15 years working with a black woman?
No.
That's dumb.
No.
I tried 15 years to make this work. Didn't work. Let me go with a white woman and instantly have good credit and get stuff done.
Yes. All right. So I feel like there's so many things I could have said. I just wanted to let y'all get y'all points out, and I don't even know where to start now. I think though where I want to start is that speaking to the initial question of black men who are, I guess, quote unquote, lame and or respectable or educated, not getting no respect. First of all, I don't see the correlation. I don't think just because you're educated or respectable that you're lame. You know what I mean? I think there's this such thing as being both. You know what I mean? So I don't think you could be educated and be a straight scumbag. You know what I'm saying? You could be respectable, but still have, I don't know, just say, street tendencies or real nigga tendencies or whatever we want to say, for lack of better words. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with that narrative. As far as black women getting with a white guy and straightening up, I don't think that's a fact, J-Dug. I've seen the opposite. I've seen black women get with a white guy and boss him around and feel like he's a chump. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen shit like that too in the past. So I'm not necessarily going to say that, they get with a white guy and then all of a sudden they act right. And I definitely don't agree that to get to be with a woman that's going to be supportive, that you gotta get with a white woman.
But after you done try 15 years, but this what they're saying when black women say educated. When black women get around an educated black man that won't let them sit around and talk that dumb shit, they get intimidated. Then they just call you lame. It ain't really about you being educated. It's about the intimidation factor. Oh, this is not a mush mouth nigga. I can't talk over this nigga. Because women always like to talk over you and think they smarter. Women rarely, especially black women, and I don't mean to be dumping on black women. I'm gonna stop saying that shit. Fuck it, I'm dumping on you. When mainly black women, they like to talk to a nigga, and if a nigga can talk to them, they don't like that.
Facts.
Yes, I know these black women schoolboy. It ain't about no education. They put all that lame shit in there because they can't get black women bullshit off on you.
Get them.
Yes.
No.
And then they say, "Oh, you lame. Oh, you this. Oh, you think you smart." It happened to me all the time. Oh, you got a smart ass mouth. Oh, you think no, you got a dumb ass head.
J-Dub, I could see a woman looking at you and talking to you and being like, "You got a smart ass mouth," and probably being correct.
No, you know how many times a nigga told me that? Niggas say that too.
You got a dumb ass head. See, I always tell people, I've been hearing this my whole life. The only time I ever been told I got a smart mouth is when somebody left an opportunity by saying something stupid for me to have a smart mouth. That's just it. You don't say nothing stupid, I can't use a smart mouth. That's just what it is.
All right. I'm gonna go to the comments. I kind of like where the conversation led, but you should know it did not start here. So let me see. Let me start with Brooklyn Honcho says, "Women don't know what they want. It's just that simple to me." And Kalia Brown says, "A real man knows a woman what a woman needs and desires and should provide without having to be asked." And Redemption says they're either gay or aborted. Oh, shit. Yeah. Keenan says, laugh out loud. I wouldn't know what to talk about with a white woman. And guys, schoolboy.
I was gonna say you gotta talk about you gotta talk about running through open fields and blowing on dandelions.
And
that's
oatmeal.
what you talk to them about.
Oatmeal and gluten free.
Yeah.
And see with white women, you don't have to constantly entertain.
Now hold on, one person at a time. So Steph and then J Doug. Steph, what you say?
I just said y'all can talk about the Notebook. White bitches love the Notebook.
I do too. It's a great movie. On the inside. It's a great movie.
All right. J Doug, what were you saying?
It's just not when you're dealing with white women, it's not a constant entertainment thing. You know what I mean? It's just not. You don't have to like that black woman. It's always you got to constantly entertain black people. Period.
Now, me and J Doug,
ass in the corner and read a book.
I'm about to say, me and J Doug actually had this conversation a lot. That's not a black woman thing. That's a black people thing. It seems like you always got a nigga wiggle for a nigga, man.
Yeah.
Like you just can't never just be cool and just chill. It's like always, oh, why you don't never do this for me? See, look what they doing. Why we ain't never doing that?
Yeah.
It's like, why we can't just not do what they doing and chill?
All right. Redemption Soul says nothing wrong with seeking other options.
And you know what? I want to throw this in there, logic too. A lot of times too, when they say what you gonna talk about with a white woman, you gotta understand the 85% of your conversation with a black woman is arguing. All right, so you ain't really talking about nothing with these black women. You just arguing all damn day with these motherfuckers, and you thinking y'all having an intellectual conversation. So once you get rid of that factor, it's just 15%. You just gonna be living your life.
Wait,
cut out 85% of the bullshit.
What's the percent?
15%. 15%. You're gonna just be talking to your woman, regular conversation. The other 85%, you just living your life, having a good time.
J Doug with the facts,
baby.
With the nigga. J Doug with the nigatistics, man. Who did that study? Where'd you get that study from?
I always need a study. You have to live. This ain't no stuff you study. This stuff you just have to know from living. You know what I mean? You have to observe these things. If you go try to look for the white man to tell you statistics on black studies, it's never gonna happen. It's always gonna be screwed.
So black people can't do black studies?
There are black people who do sociology.
Black people don't study.
There are black people who
don't do that.
Hold on. There are black people who do sociology, which is where the studies come from. And one of the founding fathers in this country of sociology is a black man, sir.
But this is what I'm telling you. The motherfucking senses never came to the hood to ask these real questions. They don't come to the hood. When the senses ever knocked on any of y'all, though? Be honest.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They did last time. I was
okay, but still, but they didn't ask you no hood questions. They asked you white questions. I got the hood-tistics.
All right, the nigga-tistics, sir.
Nigga-tistics, whatever. Yeah,
all right, Kalia says the Notebook is fire. Laura Bell says, fuck the Notebook, turn on Love Jones. Virginia Slim says, that sounds like a white woman thing, regardless of a woman thing. Sorry, that sounds like a woman thing, regardless of race. And Mills Lane says pumpkin spice, leggings, Ugg boots, and mixed drinks, and any other Becky/Karen related activity.
Yes. Shout out to Mills Lane. Thank you for the Cash App. I really appreciate it.
There you go, Mills Lane. She shouted you out early in the show as well. So,
man, it's some white woman with some fat ass. Boy, it's a white woman at my job, ass so fat. Ooh, Lordy Jesus. Who need a sister?
So Virginia Sim says, why is it when black women get with white men, they feel the need to constantly bash black men? Laugh out loud. Aren't you supposed to be happy? Fuck out of here. Good point.
Black men do that too. Are you kidding me? Oh, I only date foreigners.
No.
My snow bunny. Like black guys do it too. I think that's vice versa.
Not like black. Not like online. Those black women go hard when they get their white man. They be zaddy and ooh, look at my white man. They be extra online. I don't know how it is really in real life, but I do know online. Yes, they go extra hard. Black men, they get them a white woman. We already know we getting hate from the sisters, so we normally just try to keep it mild. We don't want no problems because we getting hate on both sides. See,
I think we're avoiding the elephant in the room, and that's if we're gonna go with negatistics and based on observations. I think we should point out how when white guys get a black woman, a black lady, she's usually more times beautiful, and when the black guy gets a white girl, she's usually
go down.
Usually get some fat trailer park looking bitch.
Yep. And I'm like, you could have took Quanisha from the corner.
Hey,
you didn't have to do that.
Hold on.
See, but y'all don't want to see how y'all
exactly quality
black
men either.
That's how traumatized the black man. We try, we don't give a fuck. We getting away. Give us the fattest, stinkest, dirtiest, trailer trash white bitch you got. I just gotta get away from these sisters. See, that's what we're thinking.
I'm gonna be honest. One time I cheated on my girl with this fat, nasty, bloated, disgusting, white chick. But it wasn't really because I was fucking with her. It was just because I wanted to make my girl feel bad. I ain't shit, bro.
You made me feel bad.
I ain't shit, bro. I ain't shit.
At least y'all admit it.
Yo, it's true. I was just like, you know what, man? I'm tired of this bitch's mouth, man. Bring the elephant bitch over here, man.
I think people's preferences are their preferences, and I think they should be respected on both sides. But truth be told, if you love what you love, that's what you're gonna date. I love black men, so I am with a black man. That's what I do.
You could definitely find quality women and men within your race. Just like Nas said,
yes.
I think he had a song for his daughter. He said, make sure he's a thug and intelligent too. You know what I'm saying? And as far as black women, you could definitely find a black woman who's down to ride with you. I think you just have to be, like Steph said, quality. And I think it's best when the man is speaking as a man. I think it's best when we come to the table with the best of both worlds, right? So you can be intelligent, but you also got to be street smart. You feel me? And I think those are the qualities that most women can respect, as well as being a leader, right? So, Steph.
And let me say something that Vanessa and JDoug are leaving out this very important piece of information. When those brothers do cheat with those fat white women, right? Those white women are usually taking care of these brothers. These brothers probably sell nickel bags. They not big time. They ain't really got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? They sit they be sitting up in the morning, roll up a blunt, smoke it. She go to work. She come back after an 8-hour shift. This motherfucker in the same spot he was in when she left. Ain't look for a job the first. Them the type of niggas that get the white girls. You know what I'm saying? Them the type.
Black women don't do that either. Like there's black women who hold down a household. Everything is on their name in the house.
But
everything
you gonna hear some mouth. You gonna hear some mouth.
All that.
Mouth.
There you go.
You gonna hear
but
some
you
mouth.
gonna hear her mouth.
And
you gonna hear her mouth.
Oh, so the white woman does it quietly. That's the difference.
No, black women like to fight too.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, black women been put them things on your ass. Big Bertha style. Big Bertha. You in the house with Big Bertha that you have some brothers. She like this sit with you. What's up, nigga? Yeah, nigga, you want to go out and cheat, nigga? I thought I made you some hot dogs, nigga. What's good, bitch?
Yeah. I think we kind of.
I made you some hot
dogs. Them big black women, they'll put on a big ass crab pot full of dogs for you and the kids. Bitch ass nigga, I made you some hot dogs and chips. You gonna go cheat on a bitch? What? Shoot me that shit. You be in there fighting. Big Bertha be beating your ass.
I think J Doug stumbled on a situation that starts domestic violence. So that's definitely not the topic for today, but we might want to get into that, like how domestic violence starts. Sometimes, there is a show on this network about domestic violence called Silence Kills. So check that out if you have a chance. So I'm gonna try to catch up with these comments before they, get away from us. I read that one already. So yeah, so Lorvell talks about his cousin again. He says, my cousin dated black women his whole life. He even married 2 black women. This is his first white woman he tried. And Virginia Slim says, marry up, not down. If you're educated, get with someone on your level. Fuck what everyone else says. And Kalia says, J Doug, that's incorrect. I'm not sure about what part she's speaking, but she's saying you're incorrect. Lorvell in the league says, now I don't agree with interracial dating. I'm just using my cousin as an example. I mean, if that's an example, then it sounds like you're saying that you're giving a case where it worked for somebody. So would you consider it, since you don't believe in it, but you've seen it work? Would you consider it? That's my question for you, Lorvell. Virginia Slim says, that sounds like a woman. Oh, we read that already. And Keenan says, Mills noted on his advice on how to talk to white women. And once again, Mills Lane says, pumpkin spice, leggings, Ugg boots, and mixed drinks, and any other Becky/Karen related activities. Redemption says, my God, black men do the most. And she also says, thank you, Ja. When I pointed out how we always, a lot of times black men end up with this sloppy white woman, or the ugly, or less attractive, or even less studious white woman, whereas white guys always end up with sexy black women, it seems. C. Dot says, damn, schoolboy. She's talking about what you did to your ex, schoolboy. And Brooklyn Honcho says, my meter doesn't move for unattractive women, no matter the race. Salute. Enos says, Nas took that back in that daughter song at Logic. And Lorvell says, nah, I'm cool. All right, so that's what's up. So basically, we kind of went on a tangent that kind of led to interracial dating and why some people interracial date. We spoke about Israel bombing the Gaza Strip, and we also spoke about Jacob Blake, the man who was shot by police 7 times in the back after breaking up a fight in his neighborhood. And with all that being said, we're going to get into a thought topic. We're going to try to, ease up the topics right now and talk about something funny. Well, some semi-funny. It's real, but it's a little funny to us. You know how we do up here. And this comes to us from Vanessa. Vanessa, you sent us a video about CPS about to have a field day.
Oh, yes.
So do you want to introduce the video before we play it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very short clip. I think the video speaks for itself. I think CPS does need to be called. This is not real woman shit. Any real woman would not have this around their kids or have their kids in this scenario. And I think that you guys just need to see it for yourselves.
All right, before we go to that, we got a quick comment from Mike from Boston. It says, white guys don't end up with black women almost ever. That's not true, Boston Mike. I don't know what's going on in Boston. I've been to Boston a few times, but sometimes Boston seems really segregated every time I go. But if you go to other cities, you'll see a lot of white men with black women. And even, during gentrification, I made a joke when I was still living in California and I used to come back and visit New York. I remember coming back one time driving through Bed-Stuy, and it seemed like almost every block I went on, I seen a white guy with a black woman, like almost on every block as I was driving through Bedford-Stuyvesant. And I made a joke. I put it on my Facebook. I said, look, it sounds like they gentrified the pussy too. It seemed like they gentrified the pussy too. It's like the rent went up, and then all of a sudden, all these women ended up with a white guy. So I don't.
What? That's the thing. I will say this: like when we talk about in terms of war, and I won't go on a big tangent on this, but we talk about in terms of war. The first thing you do is, well, no, it's not the first thing you do is conquer the war. The first thing you do is take the man, take him out the situation, increase the cost of everything, so you make economics a problem. And then who comes in with the economics? Who don't have problems with the economics? The white man who just got the inheritance from his grandfather. He gonna come in now. He the big boss on the block. who the women gonna go to? The man ain't there, and the man who did come in with the resources is a white guy. So they going to, the women float towards resources. It's never gonna change. That's what women do.
Schoolboy just dropped the jewel.
Yeah, I think you were trying to say something.
No, I was just saying, just to put a pin on this white interracial dating thing. I want to get in. I want to see what Vanessa was talking about, but it just goes to show what she say the white guys never end up with the black woman. The reason why the black women that look good go with the white man for the most part is because when a white man leave white society and want to get him a fine black woman, he's not traumatized. See, when we leave black society, we traumatized. That's why we don't give a damn how big, how fat, how raggedy. We just want something white. White is right. That's what we think all the time.
I'm not gonna argue. I can't argue with you there. Mills Lane gives you some examples. Mike from Boston. He says Robert De Niro, Dirk Nowinski, a ton of college guys.
Didn't Robert De Niro's wife take him to the bank?
So I believe so. Yeah. Mills Lane says, and culture vultures that adapt to hip hop. Go ahead, Steph.
Salute to that black woman.
No, this nigga J Dub just said white is right, and if I'm correct, Logic, you said I can't argue with you there. Okay, all right.
I wasn't standing. Hold on.
I was speaking of the mind frame of that guy.
Exactly, and I was understanding. So I was not saying that white is right. Let me be clear. I was saying that I understand that people have that mind state that white is right. So therefore, I understood his point when he said people leave the community and get the sloppiest white bitch they can because they just believe white is right. I was understanding his point. I was not agreeing that white is right. But anyway, let's talk about this video that Vanessa sent us. And
what the hell?
Apparently, Vanessa, give us a brief synopsis one more time.
This is basically some children enjoying adult entertainment. And it's a very, very short video. And someone made a statement saying that CPS is about to have a field day. Who invited these strippers over for the kids? Yeah, I just thought that this is a wild, crazy video. And I can't wait till Child Protective Services runs up through there.
This video.
All right, have it. It's a real short video, like she said. It kind of puts me in the mind frame of that one video. I don't know if you've seen it where this guy had this girl stripping with like she had them sparklers, not the fireworks that
for the bottles.
Yeah, she had them shits. I think they were in her WAP. Let's just say her WAP. And then when the camera panned over, it was like the grandmother and like some children on the bed. I don't know if you remember that video too.
I do.
Yeah, so it kind of puts me in the mind of that video. So this is one of our topics for the day. So who wants to start? I think J Doug has something to say ASAP. So J Doug,
let me get on this, man. It's evil. Number one, the CPS will not be called on this black woman because of the federal government contract between the black woman and the federal government. This is already squared away. Now, what's sad about this video is literally these black women is now on a hostile. This is why, man, father, you gotta stay in the home. These women is factory making simps and tricks now in the home. They not even trying to hide it no more. See, usually your mama will teach you how to be a simp by telling you little stuff. Oh, buy her something, baby. Oh, bring her some flowers. Make sure you play nice. That's how your mama used to teach you how to be a simp. Now they teaching you how to be a full-blown trick. This little boy will pay for his first piece of pussy. He would lose his virginity. He would lose his virginity literally making a deal like, yo, bitch, what's up that ass? I got 50 cash.
All right, but J Doug, how do we know that they were in their mother's home with this one? It was two young boys and a stripper. How do we know that it wasn't a father, cousin, or auntie? How do we know that it was
or Lil Boosie?
I already know. Yeah, this was a mother home. This just like the little boy a couple weeks ago when the all the women was in the house. It wasn't no men in there. It was straight women, and the lady was looking in the mirror taking a picture, and a boy walked up, kissed her on the butt.
All right.
This the type of stuff you getting when these black women is raising these children. This is what you get. And if it's a black father too, you got some weak black fathers do the same thing, but they manufacturing these simps and tricks now, and that's sad. That's evil.
Vanessa?
Yeah, I blame the stripper who doesn't have the moral compass to walk into that room and realize that she need to fucking leave. Like,
we expect the stripper to have a moral compass?
Yeah.
Okay. This is
yes. I feel like, no, truth be told, when you are a human being, you're gonna have this mindset of, I know what's right to be done and what's wrong to be done, no matter what profession that you're in or what you're doing. People may think that strippers don't have a moral compass, or people in the adult entertainment industry don't have a moral compass. No, some of them do, and that's how they protect themselves. The people who don't have moral compasses are the people who just running around just with anybody and everybody, and they don't care, and they get themselves into situations that, you know, are detrimental to them most of the time. So I think I don't care what other adult in that room. I blame the stripper for still bending it over and busting it wide open for two underage boys. And I think that's something that people are not really looking at. They don't look at like young black boys getting raped or these types of scenarios. But these things happen to young boys all the time by older women. And I think that's a dynamic that needs to be explored way more often.
Schoolboy, what's your thoughts on the stripper stripping for the young?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Vanessa. The buck starts at the stripper actually stripping for these kids. Like she has her eyes open. Her eyes aren't closed while she's stripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe does she really need the money that bad? Like, she couldn't find
she on some type of intoxicant.
Yeah, either way, like, you got to be able to hold your own drugs. Like, but then again, you know, she might be getting gorilla pimp. So dude might have told her, like, you about to do this scene real quick. I'm gonna bust your ass. She's like, okay. You know, she dancing and shit. But I don't, you know, it's unfortunate that in our community and any other community that stuff like this is happening. I really do hope CPS steps in. But this is what I do know from my personal experience with CPS. They ain't shit, bro. They going up in there and being like, okay, well, nothing's happening right now. Let me go ahead and grab a brochure for their mom. Mom, do you need any help? If you do, just give us a call. And they're going to leave. So
I told you, black women is federal. They got that contract with the federal government.
Man, listen. All right, Steph, what's your thoughts on this, man?
No, this shit disgusting, bro. Just like the young women are over sexualized. They doing the same thing to young men. They be trying to propel young men into sex. Like, oh, I took my son to get his dick sucked at 12. Like, that shit not cool. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let a kid be a kid. Let him discover this shit. You gotta let him discover. You want his first relationship with a woman to be like organic. You don't want it to be paid for. And I don't know. This shit just don't sit well with me, bro. I ain't trying to be on the self-righteous thing or whatever, but that's just not where I'm at with it, man. Like, I got two boys myself, and I don't like how people try to just act like because they're young boys, because they're boys, they don't need to be protected as well. They need to be protected, man. This ain't my type of speed, man.
All right, I'm definitely going to agree with you and say it's definitely disgusting. I think that they're raised deeper than J. Doug's point that they're being raised to be simps. I think that they're being raised not to respect their women in general, and I think that's the dangerous part right there. That the fact that, you know, by the time they get around other young ladies their age, that they're going to already look at them with like a, you know, they're not worthy. They're just worth $1. They're not worth actual, you know, life, or they don't have. They're going to put a dollar amount value to them, you know, almost ASAP. You know what I mean? And imagine going to school with that same mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing money on top of girls and all this type of shit. So hopefully, you know, I'm not going to say hope. I don't know who's raising these children. I don't know what if they were trying to go viral. I don't know what the situation is. But hopefully these young men make it out of their situation without being too traumatized or, you know, misled. And hopefully they grow up to have their own, you know, make their own values and interests and principles, their own VIPs. You know what I mean? Because this is ridiculous. They're being taught that women ain't shit. from early. So Virginia Slim says, "Side, that's probably their mom's homegirl. Fathers, please stay in your kid's life." And I think that's one of the things I did want to agree with what J Doug said earlier too. I definitely think this is a point to stay in your kid's life. One of the reasons why you want to stay in their life. J Doug.
I want to say real quick. Where was I finna go? Go ahead, read another comment. I'll come back with it.
All right. Well, maybe this one will help you. Well, if you read this one again, maybe that's partly
a good point. Go ahead.
Yeah. Said and then one thing I said earlier, I don't know if it was based on what I was saying, was that they're being raised not to value women from early. So I don't know if it had anything to do with that.
No, it was a good point. Go ahead.
Yeah, Brooklyn Hunter says, "I love hoes, but come on, man." And Kalia says the whole parental system failed, from the cameraman to the stripper to the kids.
Yeah, the cameraman.
This is what I wanted to say. That's why salute to the people that was like gatekeepers of entertainment when I was growing up, because you didn't have the culture where every video was shot in a strip club. Every movie is a stripper club movie. So the strip club has become so a part of black culture now. The strip club is more part of black culture than the church now, to the point where, you got the women, they want to go, you got women at a young age, they want to go be strippers. You see these young kids watch these rap videos, like 70% of the rap videos got some type of stripper theme or ass shaking theme to it. So this is the culture that kids want to get involved in, and they're training these kids to take this evil culture to the next level. That's it. You know what I mean? Who knows where these kids are gonna go? Because you got the LBGQ thing merging in, and they normalizing that too. You gonna have men and women in the same club, popping pussy, shaking dick. It's gonna be all in one. It's gonna be a universal get butt naked, all free for all. I guarantee you, give it 20 years, it's gonna be niggas and women twerking in the same club, trannies and all, in one damn club. I don't even want to know how that's gonna smell.
It might.
But that's definitely gonna happen. I can guarantee you. With the world going nowadays, that's coming.
You might have just made it happen earlier than 20 years. You might
Balls and all. That's the name of the club. Balls and all. Yeah.
Terrible.
That's where it's going. I guarantee it.
All right. You it sounds like you gave the idea to somebody. Somebody might open that shit up and you're gonna be like, they owe you a check. But anyway,
that shit is gonna be lit, bro. That shit is gonna be lit. Balls and all. Shit.
I wouldn't go to balls and all. I would say this. I went to when I went to that joint stadium in DC. I like how the women hang out with, in the club just as much as the guys while we watch women strip. That was pretty cool. Like,
Logic, keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
You think the transgenders ain't coming for the strip club? They already coming to get placed in the restroom with women. They going to say, if y'all don't let us strip in the club with women, y'all discriminating. It's coming.
Goddamn right, I'm discriminating. I got a whole ass pussy over here.
Yeah, I'm a transgender too. Shoot, I don't got no pussy. My dick still here, but I want to dance anyway. Fuck it, I can tuck my shit away.
Hell no.
You gonna be getting a lap dance. All the strippers are gonna be laughing at your ass. Look at him, girl. He think he getting a thing. Yeah, that's gonna happen. They coming, bro.
Well, I'm glad I don't frequent the strip club anyway. But
what's happening?
Lord Bell in the league says Vanessa tripping. You gotta pay for your first time. What the fuck? Y'all different up north.
Okay, let me
first time should be free, because it ain't finna be more than 3 minutes.
No, I said that because I think that a lot of men forget that pain comes in different forms. You got to take care of a woman. You got to buy a woman flowers. You got to take her out, do nice things for her. It's not always going to come in the form of actual money, but money does provide a lot of these things. And I think that black men need to, not forget that.
We talk about black boys. Your first time should only come from paying a damn attention to you. That's it. That's all I should be paying.
No.
Attention.
It's going to come from him buying her something at lunch, hanging out with her after school, buying her a chain, and then he's going to eventually get the pussy. Every dude in America has contributed something to the female before he got the box.
And by the way, with these girls twerking and popping their pussy so young, they pop it faster than that. Be honest with you, for less. Well, they already hot and ready. By the time they sit up there and twerk on Instagram for 2-3 hours, all you gotta do is call them like, yo, what you finna do? Fuck. You know they finna fuck after that. Pop your pussy.
All right, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna say my first time definitely wasn't 3 minutes, but as far as paying, the only thing I paid for was the theater ticket at the $3 movie theater.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't 3 minutes, but I paid $3 to get in the movie theater.
Something. You wind it down. It wasn't like you took her to the corner outside of the street, just said pull your pants down. No, there was something to contribute to the situation.
Hey, you know one thing about paying for pussy that women don't like? When you pay for some pussy, then you fuck the shit out of them. See, most of the time when women think you paying for pussy, they think you some limp dick nigga. I like to do that sometimes. You pay for pussy and you give a bitch more, you give a bitch the money, and she like, oh, this nigga limp dick ass nigga, then you get the bag. Give me this shit, bitch. Yeah, bitch. I'm getting this money out your ass. Hey, bitch, I'm getting this money out of this bitch.
No, I do have to agree with you.
You have to put another $40 on that damn table.
I have to agree with you.
When pussy mouths up.
When I was in college, I had when I used to live in Miami, I had a firefighter who he was an older black gentleman, but he was a great sponsor. And when I first met him, we hung out for a little while. He used to take me shopping, all these things, pay for a lot of stuff.
The sugar daddy.
Yeah, whatever, Sponsor. But he was an older dude, so I didn't really think nothing of it. And when he just came through, he was just like, "Come here," like he just like Jay Doug. And I'm like, "Where does Uncle nigga get all his goddamn energy from? Whole ass gray head, gray beard." I'm like, nigga, like,
you like, hold on. I ain't talking about to get fucked.
Hold on. Yeah. I'm just trying to sweat my hair out.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna get fucked. You want this money? I got you. It's money for your ass.
Right. And Lord Bell, for the record, that the whole rest of that conversation was based on South niggas, by the way. She's talking about a nigga in the South. J Doug is a South nigga talking about running the miles up on the pussy after paying for it. So there you go.
Yeah, niggas up north is terrible tricks.
So Brooklyn Hodge said, I've met guys that pride themselves on getting their son's head at early ages.
You gotta unfriend those niggas, man. You gotta unfriend those niggas. They out here perpetrating child molestation, and they happy about it. I really will say this: I don't fuck around no dumbass niggas, man. If you're gonna be a dumbass nigga around me, you're gonna hear about that shit from me consistently.
Yeah, I definitely think that they took from the young man's innocence doing something like that. You know what I mean? I definitely, as a young dude, like even my older cousins, they always let me know, like, you got to bag your own females. You know what I mean? Like, they have plenty of females around me, but they would never like even remotely even help me. It's like, yo, you got to learn how to talk to these women on your own. So just to, get him his dick sucked is crazy. You know what I mean? That's that shit Birdman did to Lil Wayne, and we all saw where that headed.
Allegedly, Birdman might have did it himself.
But Jay Slip says that video is just the tip of the iceberg of fuckery that happens in that house. Ms. Ravioli says, hey y'all, good morning to you, Ms. Ravioli. Kalia says, our gatekeepers monitored our viewings. Minimum monitoring is going on with all the advanced technologies kids have that we didn't, although it can still be done. That's true. Speaking to what J Doug said earlier as far as the gatekeepers. But I think J Doug was talking about the gatekeepers as far as like of the entertainment industry.
Yeah, the entertainment industry, like the people who used to censor. I believe in censorship, not in the way we do it nowadays, to where you censor only when you want to talk about God, or let's censor you down. When you want to tell the truth to black people, you need to be censored. Back then, they used to let you talk freely. Howard Stern, all these people, they got on the radio, they said whatever they wanted to. And they censored you from seeing certain things for sexual stuff that they knew kids were going to see. You know what I mean? They wasn't putting shit in the front of kids. The stuff was available, But you had to go the extra mile to get it. Like if you wanted to see some freaky shit, you had to add Cinemax to add that to your cable bill. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing that I'm finna just nowadays. I'm just online scrolling. What pussy? Let me see somebody pop their pussy. You may be innocently scrolling on Facebook. Now you see girl twerking.
All right, Vanessa.
Yeah, just something really quick. I always think it's up to the adults to censor the
But what
children.
about if you just scrolling down your Facebook timeline, you see your friends twerking? You can't really censor that.
That's the adults. I feel like that should be their part in their children's lives. There's always going to be adult content out there. There's just things for adults. That's just what it is. And there's just things for children. I feel like it's for adults to censor that. And for me, I was popped when I was like around, I think I was 7 or 8, for dancing to Kaya's My Neck and My Back. Me and my little cousin was dancing to that song, and my mom heard us dancing to that song, and she came in and popped both of us. And I am traumatized every time I hear that song. So yes.
All right.
Wait, what song was it?
Kaya, My Neck and My Back.
Oh yeah. Hell no. If
I was like 7.
Let me walk in on my 7-year-old listening to My Neck and My Back, and she will be screaming My Neck and My Back immediately after.
Well, WAP is the new My Neck and My Black.
All right.
Yeah, my kids don't know nothing about that shit, man.
Yeah,
But,
so that's what you think.
But let me just say this: as far as the gatekeepers comment, speaking of the gatekeepers of the industry, I don't think it was necessarily better back then. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the things I wanted to say that I didn't get a chance to say. I feel like black people definitely didn't have the liberty to say anything they wanted to. People in general, like how we can actually create content and get it out there more, and more feasibly than we could have back then. Back then, you'd have to have a TV deal to kind of do something like what we're talking about, or be on the radio. So and then even with that being said, like back then, what they did do was it was a lot of whitewashing of a lot of things too. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the video women, especially like in the late 80s, the 80s, or even leaking into the hip hop movement. It always like the earlier video women was always like some white girl, some skinny white girl that's what you wouldn't even see in your neighborhood, So I think there was a lot of things wrong then, but I do think what happens sets the stage for what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So with all that.
I blame them New Orleans niggas for all this twerking and hip hop. Them niggas brought, I ain't gonna say that. Uncle Luke probably did some of that too. But yeah, them niggas, them down south niggas. I'm gonna just say down south ghetto fire hip hop. I'm not gonna lie about that. Man, y'all up north niggas should have never let us. Y'all tried to hold us back long as y'all could because y'all knew this was gonna happen. Y'all were trying to keep us quiet, but yeah, down south fuck hip hop up. No, I ain't gonna lie. We just took it too far.
No, I think corporate America fucked it up, but we can get into that in another conversation. Louisville in the league says, I'm the prize. I move different. Keenan Collins says, Cardi B just set to lose my virginity. Set to lose my virginity age down to 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a Cardi B thing. I know I lost my virginity at 14, early 14. I don't know if he's speaking about women or just in general. So let me see. Brooklyn says, J-Dug can't be making me laugh this early in the morning. And Virginia Slim says, is sponsor the technical term for trick?
Mm-hmm.
That's, you're being nice. Just being nice.
I mean, is it a technical term for trick or no?
It's not a technical term, but I always feel like people in your lives are what you see them as. I don't see people as tricks. I think trick is a very demeaning type of term. There's a lot of people who support people, but that doesn't make them a trick. That doesn't mean that they're wasteful. Somebody takes the time out or the energy to spend money on you and to do something for you, to demean them by calling them a trick. A trick is somebody that's disposable. A trick is somebody that's wasteful. How are you going to call this person that if they are doing something to support you? So for me, I don't really even like the term trick because I don't really feel like that's respectful to the person who's donating or supporting you.
All right, salute. Ms. Ravioli says this question is for J Dug. She says, balls in all or balls in all?
Ooh. Well, I like balls and all because I could take the AW and make it an acronym because you got balls and ass wop and what the H can stand for.
It's the same acronym though. Oh, you mean balls wop?
Yeah.
You mean the actual AWH?
Yeah, because that could be an acronym for ass wop. What the H can stand for?
The current time is 9:30 a.m.
No.
9:30 a.m.
Ooh, no. Ass wop and hermaphrodites.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know if that starts with an H though.
Hermaphrodites. What are hermaphrodites?
I was just gonna say hoes. We can't say hoes.
Nah, that's let people know it's gonna be some trannies in there too. Balls and all.
It is 9:30 in the morning, everybody. Good morning.
I'm mad I'm helping this dude even figure this shit out right now.
But nah, I go with balls and all, cause that just let people know everything up in that motherfucker. When you come up in there, bussy popping, penis swinging, shoot, trannies running around.
You know, people have been leading the charge before. Saucy Santana was before he got shot in Miami. He was at a club. He was at a regular straight strip club, and he had got on stage and started dancing. And they made him get off, like the dudes in the club, I guess, because they didn't want to see him. They made him get off stage, and they kicked him out of the club. And then he got shot shortly after. But
now, see, with Saucy Santana is proof that you're not born gay. You know what I mean? If God meant for you to be gay, he wouldn't give you that man beard. I'll tell you that right now. That nigga got the manliest feature, like you trying to be a woman, and God didn't give you not one womanly feature. All your woman features is forced. You know what I mean? I can see if you was
I'm
gay,
not gonna lie, I do be mad at the outfits.
Features, yeah, you just overdoing it. You
what the hell is the Saucy Santana in the first place? What is even that?
He's I don't know what to call him. He's a rapper. I don't think he's trans because I don't know if he's done a surgery or anything like that, but he dresses like a female. And I get very upset because when I go to fashionnova.com and I'm looking for an extra large in something, I cannot now order this extra large because Saucy Santana, they all have it.
Yeah.
All right, Steph, you have to hop out and hop back in. I don't know if you can hear us, but you have to hop out and hop back in because we can't hear you at all. So there's for that.
But balls and no. I'm team balls and no.
That's
you gonna work it now?
No.
Oh damn. You gonna put the videos on your website?
No.
All right. So
my fans would be very upset.
Ralph from the United Ronin Networks, excuse me, Turn says salute to you, good brother. And with this uncomfortable ass topic, well, you know, it ain't that crazy. It is what it is. Let's kind of segue that into this story that, you know, actually it's about a week old, but they had a little update to it. So I don't know if you heard there was these 3 transgender influencers. I guess they were social media socialites or something like that, robbed and beaten on Hollywood Boulevard. So in the past episode, I did talk about Hollywood Boulevard also being you know, a glorified just strip. And this is an example of what can happen on Hollywood Boulevard. LAPD, and the bullet points of the article reads, the LAPD confirmed that 2 suspects have been arrested after a robbery, assault, and hate crime against YouTuber Eden and Doll, the 2 black transgender, women. The investigation was aided by viral videos that showed the influencer and her friends being robbed and attacked on Hollywood Boulevard earlier Monday morning. Footage of the incident was posted publicly on Instagram. The person who posted the videos later locked their social media accounts, and they say LAPD, with support from the local LGBTQ community, is continuing to search for the 3rd suspect. So I guess they're not snitching on the counterpart or their code D. I'm going to play some of the video just for research purposes. Yeah, so they say the video contains foul language. So.
Oh, shit! Damn! What the fuck? Oh, shit! Yeah, I think it's time to leave, nigga. I didn't get that. Hey! Oh, she's dead, nigga. Get her again. Damn. R.I.P. What the fuck? That's her, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, let's call 911.
So I think that's after the fact. As you see, the dude ran away down Hollywood Boulevard with, I think, a purse in his hand. I'm actually going to get back to this video because I'd rather play it in some type of order. So they have another video of the incident. I want to play the other videos I think that led to that incident first. Let me just make sure I get to the. All right, so so there's a lot of videos of it. We're gonna comb through them. So
Tripping on Hollywood.
so this video says he's mad she was a man. But it looks like he walked off with holding hands with the transsexual first. And then I guess it got a little worse after he found out. So this video says, as all this was going on, that same man held Jocelyn at knife point and made her take off her shoes.
I'm at 10%. I'm at 10% right now.
Yo, why are y'all just sitting here?
No, the police.
There's nothing.
What else do y'all want?
She got crack of that.
Boy, if you don't get your ass up.
Well, you got a whole man though, right?
Wait, that's the transgender on the floor crying like a little, like a woman.
Oh, that's why you scream, bitch.
Oh, that's
Black Lives Matter.
Black forces.
Oh, look. Hey,
What?
no, sir. Hey, what I tell you? No shit, nigga.
But if something happened to you like that, I would never do that shit to you.
You guys say Black Lives Matter and you're just making fun of another black guy that's in the floor.
And you want to talk about Black Lives Matter and you're sitting up a black.
They always do this shit, man. It's not a black woman. That's a dude with cosmetic surgery. That's not the same thing as a black woman.
Black Lives Matter. A black girl sitting on the floor.
The men feet.
Where's the blood?
So hold on. Did y'all say that somebody was holding the trans hand first?
Yeah, so apparently in this video right here, he was mad that he found out that they're saying he found out that the person was JW breathing crazy in the phone. I think he found out that the person was trans and then got mad, but then held their hand afterwards. It was a little unclear, but
but you know what I'm noticing about a lot of these assaults on transsexuals in our community is that a lot of times it's a dude who is gay and he's out here, he got caught out here with a transsexual. Here's my thing, right? I'm a straight man, right? I've never been caught with a transsexual because I'm not out here looking for transsexuals. If I think that this might be a woman, this woman might be a man, I'm not interested. I don't want to hold your hand. I don't want to be out here holding, in the street with you and stuff like this. Yeah. Look.
Oh wow! After he knows.
Yeah, put his hand out and told her to hold his hand. And look, it looked like he got a limp. Like he only got one leg or some shit. Long story short, though, is this like they try to make it seem like the black community is so homophobic. Why don't we just like keep it real and just talk about how violent and homophobic they are within their own community?
They just can't pull that shit around white people.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're homophobic. They're homophobic and violent towards each other within the gay community. Stop trying to make it a black community thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude is holding back his homosexuality, and now when he's outed, he gets violent. That's a gay issue. It's not a black issue.
all right, good point. So look, this is him running with the purse afterwards or something like that. It looks like a purse.
He ran with that purse because he knew that money was in there.
Yeah,
no.
He knew that money was in there. He done goddamn been banging that tranny out all night, and he walked around some real dudes. that didn't fall for it. You say, oh nigga, that's a nigga you with.
Right,
Oh, this
right.
a nigga. This a nigga. Bitch, you ain't tell me you was no motherfucking nigga. Man, I'll beat your ass, my nigga. Nah, bro, I ain't know this shit. I ain't knew that shit. Nah, bro, what's up? What's up? Oh, good. Then he gonna whisper in the ear, hold my hand. Nah, bro, you knew. I ain't know. Bitch, it's your bitch. That what it looked like. He just swung on her because he was frustrated that he got called out.
All right, Vanessa, you were saying something?
No, I was gonna say, like, most of these trannies, like, honestly, I've seen a lot of situations where trannies and also gay men stall on not just black women, women in general. Like, I see them just really try to go blow for blow with women as if they're female. Sometimes, most of the time, it's black women, though. But a lot of gay dudes and sometimes trannies, they ready to put hands up with a woman, but a minute a man does something to them, they want to try to turn into victim mode. I think that's really, really shady right there.
And I don't like that either.
Me neither. You a whole nigga.
Me and a man get into a fight on the street, I don't give a fuck if you got a dress and a wig on. That's me and a man one-on-one.
Right.
That's not no hate crime. That's one-on-one between me and a man. You know what I mean? Let men handle men business.
Right. And if you a whole man with a wig and a dress on, that don't mean you a female to fight me either. No, that shit ain't equal. You still a whole nigga trying to fight a female.
See, they only want, I noticed with this trans thing, they only want to let it halfway in. You know what I mean? Because they know if they really let the floodgate open for the trans people, when they get arrested, do y'all send them to women's jail? Huh? Yeah, because how many niggas, when they get arrested, it's finna be trans? What's the time to go downtown? Oh, I'm trans.
I believe this, if you pay attention, I believe this is him not wanting them to get into Uber. So it definitely looks like some type of lover's quarrel because he doesn't want them to get in the Uber and leave him.
Oh, there's more to this story, man.
Thank you. That's my point. They keep trying to make it, oh, black men don't protect black women, bro.
Look,
that's a whole nigga.
See, that's the thing about it. If I'm running for my woman, I want to be getting chased by a woman. I don't want to be. That nigga was hawking that nigga in. Did you see that nigga form? That nigga had better form than him. Like, damn.
He said his
you
form.
You want to get away from that nigga? Look at this part where he run. You gonna see that nigga go into form. He gonna take off. That nigga gonna take off after him. Like, look at him. You ain't going nowhere, nigga. Come your ass here, boy. Come your ass here. Look at that running. Get your motherfucking ass here. Where you going? Look, she called him. He called him too. What I told you. Yeah, it's all good. When that tranny acting like a woman, that motherfucker turned man on your ass.
Oh, he had white bussy too.
Yeah, boy. Nah, I don't go for that.
And who are these niggas in the street involved?
I think, well, the driver is the Uber driver, I think. And the people that's just there is just people that's like, you know, nighttime. They just
black people that like drama.
Because I'm about to say, who are they helping? Like,
look, this is the shit that's bugged out. This person handed this stranger their purse.
That was not no stranger. That was a bussy popper. You could tell by how he was looking. He was looking like, oh my God.
No, but this is the same guy who was in the camera laughing and shit.
He was bucking his eyes. Look at him. That nigga bucking his eyes.
Look, the nigga.
I'm not gonna steal it. I'm not gonna steal it.
See, I'm not gonna steal. I'm not gonna steal it. They didn't know him.
Man, a man will hand another man his bag. That's not a purse. That's a bag. A woman know not to hand nobody else their purse.
You goddamn right.
That's what I'm saying. Look at him. See, that nigga ready to play tag. Hell nah. Nigga, that nigga too ready to play tag. Hold my purse. That nigga say hold my purse like he said hold my gat. Hold my purse. Let me show this nigga how I get down. That's why you can't let these transgenders play on the winning team. See, that's why I say they want to open up this transgender thing a little bit. They don't want to open it up all the way. Why y'all won't let the trannies play the women then, since they such a lady?
That's still a whole nigga.
Yeah, why they can't go to women's jail since they such a damn lady?
What's this? Oh,
since you such a fucking lady.
This is dude going through the bag now.
No.
Wait, did he just say he wasn't gonna steal nothing?
No.
Wait, who?
Now we know black
Wait, that's the nigga who had the bag.
He hit it with the thing.
Now he throwing a bike.
Yo, this shit.
Oh, look at that nigga down, bro. Oh, now you gonna lay down like a bitch?
Go get in the car.
He said, "I'm not gonna steal it," and then who gives their bag to a random person on the street who says, "I'm not gonna steal it"? Okay.
Hey, no.
Hey,
Hey, real talk, school boy, you can get white people like that all the time. You can't get nobody black. White people fall for that shit. Come on, man, you ain't gonna steal your shit because white people.
So apparently, this is from the actual person's story. So they say they mocked her as she throws phone as she falls and he throws phone and breaks her phone, and then it says they flat out stole the bag and recorded themselves doing it. And then they say,
well, is it stealing if she gave it to them?
No.
And then they say they grab the scooter and throw it at one of them.
Hey, here's the thing about it. Like, these niggas had to be broke. Why would you waste the night out like that, fucking with some trannies? I see if you yell some drunk, stupid shit at them and keep it walking, but you got time to chase trannies around the street, throw bites, steal purses. It's like, come on now.
Yo, this is why I'm saying, like J-Dub, like, a straight dude is not gonna be out here entertaining a group of trannies.
Not to that extreme.
Exactly.
So you might say, man, get out, man, tuck your dick away. Nigga walking or something, but you ain't finna be chasing those trannies around like that.
Y'all out here playing grab ass and stuff, bro. This is why I keep saying this is an issue. I think that the homosexual community and the black community is very violent. It just is what it is. And instead of them saying that's what it is, they say, well, it's all black men and we need to protect these women. One, again, these are not women. These are men with cosmetic surgery. Caitlyn Jenner is not a woman.
Hey, this is a question that I asked on the show last night. I said, and T.S. Madison posted, she said, if a transgender woman is fighting, get ran up on by a natural born female, do that transgender got a right to defend themselves? So if you seen a transgender woman beating a real woman ass, would you jump in and help her?
That's still a whole nigga. You got to.
But that's a woman though. See, that's why I say they opening up the floodgates.
Yo, this is my rule. This is my rule about fighting homosexuals. So one time I almost got into a fight with a homosexual, right? When I was living in Atlanta, and this dude got smart with me. We was living in this rooming house, and he got super smart with me. I was like, listen, bro, I'm not fit to be out here arguing with you. Step outside. I'm gonna beat your ass real quick.
Why you living in a rooming house? No, you don't. Nah. Why you living in a rooming house with gays?
I was a student. It was right off of campus. I can't control who moves into the rooming house.
Oh.
So yeah.
Said,
that being said, we weren't in the same
tension,
room together. We weren't in the same room together. We were in the same building. But yeah, he came out disrespectful. I was like, all right, bro, I'm about to beat your ass since you want to be disrespectful. Let me tell you something.
Since I can't beat that ass in, I'm going to beat that ass.
Yo, let me tell you. So old boy was like, all right, cool. He was like, hold on, I got to make a phone call. I was like, do what you got to do. I'm going to be outside, all right? So I get outside. He kind of stalling and shit. And I'm starting to notice it's a lot of people starting to come outside. Then it started to go through my head, bro. If I beat this little, because he was smaller than me, so if I beat his ass, I'm not gonna get no cred. If he beat my ass, I'm gonna be out here crazy. I gotta stop this somehow. It gotta be over. Yo. He made the phone call. Tell me why a car rolled up and it was full of dudes, like gay dudes, and they all popped out. And they was like, all right, if you're gonna fight him, you're gonna have to fight all of us. And so I was like, okay. I can swing this shit right here because it's a bunch of dudes. Look, this is what I'm gonna do. Put my back up against the wall. I grabbed the knife and was like, all right, who first? All right, look. But long story short, straight men, I'm telling you right now, don't be out here fighting no gay dudes, bro. You cannot win. There's no way to win. They got the goons out here. You don't want to get your ass beat by a bunch of gay goons, bro. You don't want that to be your life, yeah.
You definitely don't want that to happen. And,
hell no.
So speaking of this story right here, sorry, Jay, the mic was gonna be my fault. Okay. Speaking of this story though, right here, the guys that did the guy who took the bag, he put himself on camera. The other guy got caught on camera and they're arrested. they're charging them with a hate crime. The article said, though. Do you think that it should be a hate crime, or it seemed more like a lover's quarrel, or how do you feel about that? I'll start with you, Vanessa.
Oh man, I think that's definitely a lover's quarrel, and I think that there's too many people involved. It's so many weird elements to the story. First, you ask somebody to hold your bag, then there's an Uber driver involved. I'm like, I think that it's something definitely went wrong. Somebody did or did not get paid, and things transpired because of that. I think that he was either tricked, either money wise, or he was tricked as far as like, what that person's, sexuality was, whoever that dude was. Because that happens too sometimes. And I mean, at that point, he probably realized he was already surrounded, so he's already in it. So what could he really possibly do?
You mean he got caught?
He got caught out there already.
Yo, J Doug, what do you think? This dude should get a hate crime or what?
No, charge him whatever you charge two men with fighting. If me and you was to get for fighting the street, charges with whatever you ain't gonna charge me two niggas in the street fight. You ain't gonna charge them with hate crime. So they charge them whatever two men get with for fighting.
Yeah, it ain't racial.
Nothing. Yeah, it shouldn't got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? We never know. Shoot, just because a nigga beat your ass because you're a transgender. Anytime a nigga beat your ass is for a hateful reason. Let's just get that out the way, all right? I beat your ass because I hate you because you talked about my mama. I beat your ass. I hate you because you a man and you trying to be a woman. Anytime you get your ass beat, it's pretty much a hate crime. Ain't too many ass whoopers out of
love. Schoolboy.
Yeah, no, I don't think you should be charged with hate crime. I remember there was a case in Georgia where this woman, veteran, got spit on at a Cracker Barrel. They charged that man with a misdemeanor assault. You know what I mean? Like he did this shit in front of her daughter and everything, kicked her, all kind of shit. And it was cool. It was just like, it happens. It happens. Right. He made a mistake.
All right, so with all that being
said, and if it's a lover's quarrel, how you gonna charge him with a hate crime? He might like transgender. He just might be mad that he got outed. You know what I mean?
He may bail a nigga out.
Yeah, he nigga might go to court like, Your Honor, I like pussy. So how can this be a hate crime? Ooh, can I get off on that? If I get charged with a hate crime and I prove that I like pussy, I already beat the case.
J Doug, quick question though. How exactly are you gonna prove that you like pussy, sir?
I called them car full of punks that pulled up on your ass to come testify on my behalf. Get them all $2
Be like, I held her hand.
Yeah, I know him. I met him through school, boy, in college, and yes, this nigga. That's all.
All right, so I'm gonna go to the comments.
Get in contact with you so you can contact the proper people. You already know a car full of punks.
I'm gonna go to the comments. Loyville says, I don't feel bad. Stop tricking straight men. Next. And then Loyville also goes, that's a transformer, not a woman. Virginia Slim says, dude should have told homie he was trans from jump. He could have avoided the beats. And not for nothing, the transgender seemed to have, hurt themselves more than he hurt them. It just seemed like he was like chasing them around and getting chased. And then they fell when they was running around in some type of like, as Jake Doug will call it, nigga wiggle. And then,
because listen, when you think you a woman, right, and you got a dress on, and somebody comes shooting you a fade, you ain't thinking about your sexuality and what you want to be. You gonna go right into man mode, all right? A motherfucking lion could think he a goddamn pussycat, but when a nigga attack that lion, he go turn back into a lion. Then you snap back, oh shit, I'm a woman. Damn, I forgot I'm a woman. That's why he started crying at the end. He snapped back into his woman thing. But when he was chasing that nigga around, fighting, that nigga got in full-blown man mode. That nigga tuck dropped. That nigga nuts dropped out the tuck. That nigga was gone. Loose balls, everything. I was like, all right. That nigga forgot he was a woman.
All right, P. Williams said that's not a woman, it's a man. It's a man. Laugh out loud. Salute room. Brooklyn Honcho says, so we don't know what a nigga with a lace front looks like. And Loyville says, I have beat up a couple of transformers. They are too disrespectful to men and real women. We might have to elaborate on that story. Redemption Song says, doesn't Morehouse have a gay sorority spinoff of the?
Oh no, Morehouse.
Scoop.
Negative. And Morehouse does not have a spinoff of the AKAs or gay KAs. Yeah, Atlanta may have a spinoff of the gay KAs, but I don't know that Morehouse has a spinoff of. Atlanta is the gay capital of the world. Why everybody running to Atlanta to get their life together somehow.
Yeah.
Redemption says J. Doug said loose balls.
Yo, this show and our audience is childish as hell, bro. Childish as hell.
Yo, I ain't even gonna hold you. I was thinking about that shit the other day. I said, yo, this fucking audience in this show is gonna get me in trouble, man. Like,
yeah.
Y'all encourage us to be on our fuck shit. But at the end of the day, what we like to do is we like to talk about current-ish stories, and have people come up with their own conclusions. So it's all good. Every point of view is welcome here. I don't believe that we, out of all people, should be PC. I think all voices need to be heard. And we will be back tomorrow. We have way more things to talk about. We did not get off half of the stories we wanted to get off today. We definitely want to talk about C Murder, Master P. Master P is being accused, or allegedly being accused by Soldier Slim's sister of being part of his murder. And I'm sure J. Doug will probably talk about it tonight on Live and On Point. Is that something you're gonna talk about today, or?
I talked about it last night. I'm doing something different with Live and On Point. We're under reconstruction right now, so we're doing something different. But I did a show last night. It'll be on YouTube. So
that's a bet. And with all that being said, we have a lot more to talk about. We have to talk about this woman getting slapped on the wrist. What's her name? Lori. I forget how to say her last name. Lachlan. She got basically like a little slap on the wrist. We got an update on Steve Brandon. And also, and I usually don't tell the stories in advance, but I just definitely want you to know that tomorrow we have a lot more stories to talk about. And just to throw this out there, the filmmaker we interviewed last week, Victorious from Storm Over Brooklyn, the producer of Storm Over Brooklyn, that film has been causing some controversy, some waves. And I don't know how many people in this audience is familiar with New York radio in the, I want to say, late 90s, early 2000s, even to recent. But Hot 97, this guy who works for Hot 97 named, what was that guy's name again? You know what I'm talking about, Vanessa? He just got fired from Hot 97.
Recently?
Are you talking about the guy who was beating up black people?
He was in the Patty Duke.
Yeah, Patty Duke. Yeah, I ain't never heard of him at Hot 97 though. He just like DJ. He got a set.
Patty Duke was probably a producer. I used to hear his name being referenced growing up all the time as the guy behind the scenes. So I'm assuming he was a producer, but he was involved with that mob that killed Yusef Hawkins. And the movie, the documentary Storm Over Brooklyn details the murder of Yusef.
How he get out? Did he ever go to jail?
Everybody didn't go to jail that was involved with that murder. Only, I believe, when we spoke to Victorious, he said only like 2 guys went to jail. One of them for the murder, and one of them for like another charge that was associated with it, but not necessarily murder. Yeah. So a lot of the other people who were in the mob, wasn't just him, got away with it. And so basically, we gave you exclusive. Before that film made the waves it's making now, you heard about it here first on the Morning Rant.
And let me say something. This goes to show that black people don't read this movie and the Central 5 movie, because unless you put it in the movie for us, I'm pretty sure this information out there to be read. But unless you put it in a movie for us to get it, we ain't finna take no action on it. You know what I mean?
It ain't about reading. Sometimes things need to be brought up as a reminder, and I'm glad that to keep came in to produce this, because honestly, like I said, I had never heard of the name Yusef Hawkins, but I never really knew the details as to what that was surrounded by. And sometimes when things come to light again, people do go online and then they do their research. They start finding out more details, more backgrounds to the stories, and they start to, learn more about situations. So the movie forms are absolutely great, but I think the movie form shows light to the situations and that there's deeper parts to it too.
No, but we just need to start as black people researching these white people that we around. See, we gotta be too happy. Sometimes we just get around white people, just be happy around white people. We need to start researching these white people off the top.
You know what? In Hot 97's defense, first of all, I'm not Hot 97. I don't believe it's black owned, but in their defense, he wasn't charged for it. So how would they know that he was in the mob? If it
unless he don't say, unless he said something,
he was in the mob now.
Unless he said something.
I read that story though that he got fired, but they didn't say how. They didn't say how they know he was in the mob
because it came out in the documentary. So probably they seen him in some footage or something like that. You know, but you know what? We're gonna give a decent review of the film as well later on in the week.
I did watch it. It was very
Storm
good.
over Brooklyn.
Storm over Brooklyn is on HBO right now. Storm.
Yo, so it looks like he was actually arraigned as a part of the. I think you said we're going to talk about this tomorrow, but that's the way how they know he actually when they started talking, he got arraigned with everybody else. He gave a 15-minute confession to participate in the mob charge. Right.
Wow.
And you know, sometimes people just be with the crowd because this is what I be saying. If he truly, honestly didn't like black people, then why he working around black people all this time?
That doesn't have anything to do with it, man. Like slave owners worked around black people all the time.
Couldn't stand
them. And they had kids with their women. That doesn't mean they loved them and they had all this endearment for them.
All right, Louisville in the league says, let me watch it before you break it down. So everybody, what we're going to do is, everybody, if you haven't watched it, watch it. And we're going to talk about it, let's say Friday. Let's say we'll break it down Friday.
All right.
Over Brooklyn. We'll do a film review and give everybody enough time to watch it. It's on HBO.
And HBO Max, too. I have Hulu, so I downloaded it. I downloaded HBO Max, and I watched it through there.
Right. So, and if you just have the internet, you can feel free to get a subscription to HBO, and if you don't like it in 7 days after you watch some of the films, you can always cancel and get your money back. Keenan says Ebro said the guy told him years ago he wasn't arrested for it.
He was arrested for it.
So I guess I guess he knew already. So I guess Ebro already knew. So that brings up some things to be discussed as well. So I guess we'll do that even more later in the week after we all watch Storm over Brooklyn. And
we gotta watch these whites coming into the culture, man. We gotta stop just being happy white people around. We just stop researching all these motherfuckers.
Exactly.
Stop and let him. Why he working up there anyway at a hip hop station? That should be all black. I don't know fucking white people run it.
Like I said, we probably don't even own Hot 97, but what we do own is Rant Network. So, and we got some other great news coming up, but you know, I don't like to blow smoke, so we'll let you know. But just want you to know, stay in tune. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes, and we will be letting you know. I want to thank all my co-hosts for today: Vanessa Smilez, J. Doug, Stephon, Schoolboy. Happy birthday again, Schoolboy!
And I appreciate it.
Oh, you're not Schoolboy.
I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. Last night I went to sleep at 7 p.m., bro.
Grown man shit right there.
Man, it's something. I'm gonna take a nap real quick so I can get up and do some work. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, God damn.
It's safe to say you ain't getting no pussy.
I'm gonna pour up some whiskey and light a cigar for you, Schoolboy. And anybody out there want to send Schoolboy a donation for his birthday, take note. His Cash App is right there on the screen. $ SKOOLB2. And Redemption says, great job, everybody. Happy birthday, Schoolboy. Thank you, Redemption. And as you know, at the end of the show, we always like to show a few videos. And I'm going to start with this one by Camu, a native of DC, called Police. And the hook.
We be finding these videos.
Maybe on it.
Police. And it says, and the hook goes, who gonna police the police? And they're sending you a lot of happy birthdays in the in the chat. Virginia Slim says, happy birthday, old nigga. Keenan Collins says, happy 42nd, Schoolboy. I don't know if that's his real age, but he's happy.
And donate some money so you can get some more head wax.
And Laura Bell says, classic episode. Thank you. We appreciate that. We definitely took it light. This was like our Monday morning because we didn't go live yesterday due to me editing. I had a job that I had to finish a documentary I had to finish editing for someone. So I did it overnight on Sunday. I just put the last tweaks on it. So Monday, I was in no shape to go live. But unless it's something like that where we actually have where money's calling, we will always be here in the morning. And if you come in the morning one morning and we're not here, go to an old episode that you haven't seen. And I feel like they all have classic moments. Even when they're slow, they all have classic moments. We always have a slow build in the beginning, and then it gets crazy, and then we wrap it up. So I really appreciate everybody who tunes in. It wouldn't be the same without the live chat. But like I said, we're gonna go to Campbell, and the song name is Police. And then afterwards, you already know I'm gonna get to some Mr. Motherfucking Esquire. And tomorrow, I want to see some people call up. All right, we need to see some people call up. Take note. We have a phone number now. And that phone number is, let me pull it up again. And we'll probably use this phone number for different shows as well. And that number is 213-355-RANT. 213-355-RANT. So feel free to call us up on later shows. And all right. So thank my co-host again. This has been the Morning Rant.
A body's always dropping, and all our babies watching. They chase him down and blocked him off and locked him while they shot him. First they chased us down, locked us up, the profit off of cotton. And they chased us down, hung us up, and smiled while someone shot it. The universe is listening, but the devil's always plotting. So your prayers ain't loud enough because he only talks in violence. A secret code of silence that they use to maintain dominance. Those votes don't come with bullets, so tell Biden fuck up out it. If a nigga a body's always dropping, and all our babies watching. They chased him down and blocked him off and locked him while they shot him. First they chased us down, locked us up, the profit off of cotton. And they chased us down, hung us up, and smiled while someone shot it. The universe is listening, but the devil's always plotting. So your prayers ain't loud enough because he only talks in violence. A secret code of silence that they use to maintain dominance. Those votes don't come with bullets, so tell Biden fuck up out it. If a nigga take your chain, you go kill him. In the streets, that's crystal clear. Massa put them chains on you, give you 100 years. The heaviest chains be the ones that you can see there. The ice so cold, blind your third eyes, optics, American pie a la mode, and every bite's riding. They shot him on his couch while he was eating Haagen-Dazs. They even shot her in her sleep, and she was out there saving lives. They shot Tamir for playing, he shot them just for praying. Then the cops went out and copped them Burger King with extra fries. The cops the KKK and they ain't even trying to hide. I went and copped the big AK and then I got it supersized. I grabbed my vest up off the dresser, laced my boots up extra tight, kiss my wife and hold my daughter, hope I make it through the night. But if I don't, won't go out bleeding, I'll go out squeezing. Just like Gavin Long and Micah X, they both have valid reasons. When you shackled in the pressure, color justified your death. They yelling at you, stop resisting with their knee inside your neck. And that's just some shit that I'm supposed to sit back and accept. Fuck a check, ain't no rest until I get that cracker's head, nigga.
Blast that gat in your mouth.
The Klan no longer just wears white hoods and white sheets, but now the Klan wears black robes and sits on the judge's bench to rule from the courtroom. The Klan now wears blue uniform, carries a badge or a shield and a legal quote-unquote weapon. 2 or 3 brothers so bad, I'm blind, I'm crip. Damn white men come, you throw the guns under the damn car, throw the damn guns in the bushes, you make 50 niggas stand up against the wall, one peck of wood. I don't never read about no drive-bys at the police station. I never heard of you shooting at the police station and busting on a cracker while they eat Dunkin' Donuts. You ain't got the heart, but you'll kill your own.
Fire, nigga. I'm on fire right now, fuck, nigga. I had the biggest comeback, nigga. Niggas thought it was over with for me, nigga. Y'all tried to count me out, nigga. I ain't forgot about that shit. Y'all niggas think I forgot, nigga. I ain't forgot about none of that shit. So I'm back with a chip on my fucking shoulder, nigga.
Wrote this with my eyes closed, or rose and Moscato. Intuition, inner visions, flow from out the cosmos. Niggas ask me how I made it, I be damned if I know. I just went with my soul, and the rest just follow. She's a good girl, fuck that bitch, I'd rather deal without her. Say no to cash app, I ain't tricking, bitch, you must be psycho. But I'm prone to lie though, just don't tell all my bros. I roll gelato in the Bronto, so I got the sky clothes. Damn, it's raining, grab my cane and pass my Prada poncho. The boots was leather with the tattoos, those the Randy Macho. Goggles, Ferragamo, condos big as Costco. I popped the rhino, then she swallowed like it's Mr. Sacco. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. Modern life like Rocco, but I still pray to Shango. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. I devour my goals, and that's word to Gaucho. Rebel outlaw, reckless vato, ghetto desperado. Aim the Draco, eating tacos, take your breath like tacos. Adjacent to Van Gogh, I'm chasing my shadow. The pain is the shackle, embrace it for battle. In the gym for 7 weeks, I feel like Boris Kojo. I mean Cujo with a new hoe, sober watching Kuso. With my old hoe, I forgot I fuck my hoes in duos. Bobo throws in 2 hoes, loopholes out with pool. That piece of coupon for designer, Gucci coat was 2-tone. School old parasuco, shoot like Tony Kuko. Good job, Samson, no Delilah, put that on my tombstone. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. I devour my goals, and that's word to Gaucho.
Yeah.